Oh, cool.
And then once we have that, we're going to go live again.
I don't know why that would be. Be kind of quick in the end here.
Yep, take your time. We'll probably still have it on, so just wait.
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh. Can you grab Jason for me, Nolly?
Is this stream working?
No, I think it's down right now. But can you grab Jason for me? You can tell Andy or Jason that the reason that Andy is not getting anything from the Google meeting is because she left it. I am still in. Cool.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Feel like I'm doing great.
You are.
Well, this is going quicker now. I don't know why. There we go. All right, it seems like it's picked up now.
Need to look at the Google Meet for a second.
Yeah, so, well, it doesn't have that on it now. Oh, you just need the meeting ID. Yeah. Yeah, I, like, pulled this up to see if I was still in, and I saw Andy has left the meeting, and I was like, oh! That makes perfect sense. But it feels like it's... Like, the computer's sped up now a little bit. I don't know what was running on here. But are there, like, more programs we can close on here or something? Like, Microsoft Teams is open and Windows Defender.
Teams is open.
Yeah, like maybe...
No, those aren't actually open. They're just in the status tray. But
Well, usually that means they're running somewhere.
somehow, but
Yeah, I don't know what was... Something was pounding the CPU or graphics or something, you know?
yeah.
Maybe it's just because it's been open. Chrome...
Oh yeah, here, it's probably Dropbox. Go there.
Yeah.
And Dropbox for sure.
So how do I close this?
Oh, try hitting on my quit. There we go.
Sweet. Yeah. Ooh, the
Oh,
ding.
VLC is still in the background.
I don't think so. I think that just opened it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, these are just shortcuts. Okay.
Okay.
Are they playing yet? Hopefully not. Good, good. There's an anti-malware service executable. Bastard. Bastard spyware stuff. Maybe it's better now. Cool. Well, hopefully we got everything closed that we can. It's still, yeah, the memories, ugh, this is not good.
Just maxing it.
Maybe, oh, because extreme, let me ask, hey, Paul. All right, I think we're backing up here. 8 away, 8 away. Michi doubled the 22-point game. Michael took a borderline take-pass decision, and Michi held on for that win. So the match score is even now. All right, the hit and split after the run. Looks good, looks good. And what is this? Not 4-3 for some reason. 4-3 would just anchor up though, so probably something else. Not 4-5 because it would hit. 4-6 seems like it'd be happy to run, even though we're down in the race. What could it be? 4-1? 4-1 seems like the most confusing. Oh, 4-4. Okay, okay. So that could hit loose and hit on the deuce, or it could point on the deuce. This is a tricky one. What else could we do with it? We could point and play down. We could have 2 up. Maybe pointing on head on the deuce feels right for some reason. But like definitely taking a checker out of the zone is always very strong. Yeah. No direct returns here. No like direct 6s or anything like that. This is probably a very strong candidate too. I guess maybe I would end up here as well. I don't know. The second hit on the deuce feels very tempting too. Hard to play though. A lot of candidates to work through. Again here, Michael, with like, with this like half a dozen very real options. I understand the second hit. 5-5. Not going to benefit too much from that second hit. This is interesting though. Okay, Michi will still be down in the race. Just doesn't have room to do anything else but come out to the 15, I guess he feels like. I feel like he should want the 20 here. But making the ace is weird. Maybe I would make the 3. Yeah, everything else is so weak. I just don't know what to do with this again. I suppose. Yeah, unstacking to the ace feels like something. I don't know. 8-3, very good too. They're all pretty close. All of them have their problems. It's he's a slight favorite if he runs out to the 15 with the racing deficit. That's really interesting to me. I guess because he has the bar point as well. I'm not sure why that would be. And Michael's liability of the blot on the deuce. That's tricky. Very, very tricky. Tough plays are getting challenged with right now. Thanks, Marianne. Welcome back. Sorry, we're having a little bit of streaming troubles here. Hopefully we're up for good now. 6-5 can link up all the blots. Perfect. Beautiful shot for Michael to progress his position forward. Still a lot of work to do, but I feel like he should have a small advantage after that one, right? Yeah. Double 4s should take that advantage right back. Pops out with an even race, and yeah, not much else to do with those other than come all the way out this time. Oh, he should make the deuce as well and keep contact. I would not have thought of that. I would have linked up with the 16 as well. But he can have a better board, I suppose, is the idea, and not give Michael anywhere to play. 6-4. That's a difficult play, I think. 6-3 is going to link up on the 10 point. Yeah, make another bridge home. Even race, good contact, all these things. This double 4s play is pretty surprising to me. That's a tough one to find. Both playing pretty sharp so far. Four 1 can cover the 4 point and start the 5. Just naturally rolling home here. No urgency. Lots of spares to play with on the midpoint. So neither player under a lot of pressure to make anything happen anytime soon. They're just going to wait out this awkward mutual holding game with these 16 points dueling in the outfield. Those can get really confusing to me. these like non-traditional anchors, if you will. Just a little bit different holds, but it's a very close race, so I think that's going to simplify the decisions in a lot of ways, where we're just not really going to want to volunteer or anything like this. Just want to break contact if we're ahead and keep it otherwise. And so Michi ahead in the race. Yeah, we'll break a bunch of contact. That looks good. I guess he creates some 5-way contact with the 16, but he has better timing for it. So I don't know how he's thinking about that one. 5-4 is going to release some point. Maybe the 11 for maximum flexibility, given that he's ahead in the race, even though it stacks up funny. Oh, we should just make the 2-point. That's bizarre. Gives up the 10 instead, though. See, this one I think could end up making it harder to clear the 11, which I don't love about it. 1-2 gets just played down. 4-6. Well, now we get to clear the 11 safely and make the 5-point while we do it. Feels worth it to me. Things seem to be favoring Michi in this game so far. Oh, double 5s is going to be enough to switch the favorite, I think, to Michael. He'll be only slightly ahead. He has worse timing for this holding game, though, so that's a small problem. 6-1 for Michi. He's going to be happy to sit on his 14-point and try to hold that 16. 5s blocks it again, but the race is very good for Michael now. Well, he's thinking about burying a checker to the ace to save a 6. Michi has a lot of time to wait. Not sure that's going to save enough time for him, and keeping the board pure feels like it should be a little stronger here. Yeah, very close though. It's a fine idea. Morning. Oh, he's really taking his time with this one. It seems like it should be very small in difference. So I'm not sure what he's calculating through. Maybe he's just struggling to get the pip count or something like this. That could make a lot of sense. If he figures out, like looking at it, that he's way ahead in the race. Maybe that's actually going to convince him to do this instead, yeah. That buying some rolls and having the option to not run on a 6 is more important when he's way ahead and just wants to get home safe, wants an extra chance to roll a set and come home free. But 6-5 is still going to be forced to go. 6-4 is probably worth volunteering. A lot of the 6s are probably not that bad to run with anyway. Maybe we would just choose to. Okay, finds the best play after all. 3-2 is going to improve the board. Nice shot for Michi. And now there is some market loss here. Seems reasonable to send a cube. Oh, wow. It's way early in this house. See, this is like, these are so confusing with the broken board and everything like this. I would have thought that he has like racing market losers too, but for some reason this is just not even close to enough. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know what this like outfield hold changes so much to make that so much more important to wait on the cube. I mean, it's not the score. It's 8 away, 8 away. It's just his winning chances aren't that great. Strange one for sure. It doesn't even seem like the holding the cube should be so potent. Michi's still going to be down 7 pips after the play, so I think he wants to find some sort of contact to keep. But I guess he's only down 7 and his opponent's wasting at least 6. So maybe this is even enough, and he would have to destroy his board quite a bit to stay. There could be some compromise, like 14 to 11 twice and make the ace and the deuce. And then we get some shots on some 6s and 5s and things like that and force him to still stay on some low numbers. So I think maybe I would go for that, yeah. Yeah, though the only thing we really can't do here is play all the way to the 8, it would seem. Everything else is pretty strong. Breaking contact entirely just gives Michael a little bit too much. Only a small underdog afterward holding the cube too. All right, everyone trickling back in after the stream crash. Thanks for coming back. Oh no, okay. So the 6-1 would have gained quite a bit by staying. Now that's a great roll for Michael. Figures out his best ace too. Never quite sure on those distribution things, but Michi's still with a ton. Okay, 6 is going to be enough to take this game over, and we could have a recube quickly here with all this wastage too. 6-2. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for Michael to stay in this game. Yeah, XG thinks it's a pass. Did a double and lets it go. And what an interesting cube that was. I want to take a peek at that again. I still thought, like, it just feels like the race is much better than it is, I guess. 13 pips. Maybe he's just... This was a bar point holding game or a 17 with the mid or something. I guess Michi's timing's so good is part of the issue? I really don't know. That's an interesting one to me. 1-6 is going to make the bar point. 3-5 gets to make the 3-point. And 5-4 is likely going to want to split here. I don't think it wants to run. The 13-8 is good for distribution. 4-1 gets to hit on the 5-point and probably the 4 down to reinforce, but splitting with it is always strong too. Both very close. Thing we don't want to do this early is play impure and go continue to double hit on the ace with so little material in the zone. 5 is going to hit, and then the 6 can continue and try to escape to a simple race now. Michael trailing 8 away, 6 away. So Michi looking for the simpler game here, but not huge score influence. And Michael going to go for the triple split here. I think I like that play a lot, but wow, the slot with the last checker on the 6 is not a thing that I'm looking for. Double 5s. This is not enough to win the race. So I think, yeah, we can't really mobilize much checkers either. Maybe we just have to play out 21 to 16 just because we don't have room for everything. For sure, down and slot the 4. And then he's going to play all the way to the 3 instead of coming out. Okay. Close. 5-4. Michi's going to take the opportunity to try to escape that back point and make a nice blocking point. 3-1 cannot hit. Decides that he needs the best anchor. Yeah, that looks really strong to freeze the stack on the 6-point here. I think that's more important than building his board, even though he's down in the race and needs to start preparing for contact somehow. And Michi leading actually missed a cube here. That's very interesting. This does not look like much to me. I guess the board is so weak. So he does make the anchor. In comes the double this time, and we have a take. And double 2s don't have to adjust the score too much when it's a holding game like this and there's not a lot of like gammons either way involved that we're losing value of or increasing value of for our opponent, things like that. Yeah, cube is slightly early though. Okay. 6-3 can slot 2 points, he says. Okay, yeah, that looks good. 6-4 plays into the 4-point, just keeping it safe with his 28 pip lead. Things are looking good for Michi again. 6-5 looks to like 2 down. I don't think we want to play so deep to the deuce yet. And dilly the builder on the 3. Yeah, but he's right. The 5 is coming down, and then where's the 6 going to be? Look at this. We should cover the deuce. Okay, and he finds it. 2 what? 2-5, I think. All right, Michi clearing the points in order. Does want to start making points behind as well to pressure that goalkeeper. But happy to clear points safely as well, and has really great distribution to do that. Can win some gammons if Michael can't get out of there before the board gets really threatening. But Michael has a 5-point board of his own, so he's not too scared at this point. I think this is just going to have to play 9-4. We got to respect that 5-point board. 4-1, likely to just play down to the 8. Simple stuff for Michael. Not in a hurry to come off the 24 yet. 6-4 can make a point. Going to make the deuce back there. Distribution just got a lot worse for making the 3, though. But there's a little bit of pressure and some pointing value now. And Michael is getting close to running out of time to sit on that goalkeeper, too. 6-3 can point on the ace. I think it's worth leaving a couple shots from the bar for that. Is there a safe play otherwise? No. So for sure. Five, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 5-3 is now one of them. So he could come in deep. Yeah, okay, he's got to do this to keep as much of his board intact as he can. I think that's right. Unfortunate roll for him. Hopefully he can get around and remake the 21 to have some contact value. 4-1 is going to break the 8 safely. That looks good. Could make the 3 behind too. Maybe I would have thought about that. 3s gets to come all the way around. Oh, that's a beautiful shot for mobilizing a checker. A little fast, but 6-2 clears another point. And 6-4, I think it's time to come off with one and cover the board, and we've got at least one dead checker behind, so we're not so worried about being closed out. Maybe there aren't shot levers right now either way, but I think we're down enough where we need to stay with one. But yeah, we can't play for contact and also destroy our board, so got to come up with something. No checkers off, but Michi is in safely and only trying to fade a 6-1 or 5-1 next roll pretty much. Or any other ace will at least, you know, delay it a roll. Double 2s can clear safely. I don't see any reason to go for aggressive bear off because there just aren't any gammons here, and as long as we play safe, we're going to win. Look at this. He should take 4 off, though, huh? That's crazy to me. I don't understand. I would for sure clear. And they're tied. Okay. 5-3 going to run. I guess with the wastage, your opponent can roll double 6s and get back in the race or something like that, so I don't know. That's strange, though. Tough ones to find. I like when those come up, though. I have definitely learned something every time. Things that I feel certain of, I find out are closer than I think, and that's something to study, right? 2 off for Michi, and so looking like we're going to get to 8 away, 4 away. That is a scary score for Michi to send an early cube, or send an initial cube, because the recubes are going to be very potent for Michael at that score. Maybe as potent as they get in backgammon. I guess something like, there are scores where the gammon value can get higher than 1. Clean stuff from them both. Ben's leading the other side of the semifinals, playing against Herman. Was the one that won between Herman and Akiko last night. And Ben's leading 3-way, 9-away. So I think we're probably going to go straight into the finals after this too. I don't know what the schedule is, but yeah. Are they taking a short break right now too? Oh, okay. Up in a boat. They're up in a boat right now. Hey, Michi.
Hi, Nick.
How you doing?
Yeah, I had a tough game at the beginning of the match.
Tough game at the beginning of the match. I got to remember this one.
In game 1, was it too good or not? That was my question.
Should we ask Jeb first before we discuss things in the middle of a match? Maybe, I don't know. I want to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. My instinct is always, you actually go ask. Here. All right. A ruling's been made. Michi's not allowed to know about decisions from the game yet. We'll talk about it after the match, though.
If you want to ask him what his thinking was, that kind of thing, you can get information from him. That's fine. That would be good. If you want to get his insights, what were you thinking about this play?
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Ah, good point. I can still do that. Okay. I can still go look at it.
Don't believe it's right or wrong. Just
Yeah.
if you want to get his insights.
And then if we're live, I'm talking to Jeb. You probably can't hear him that well right now. We're talking about the rules and whether we can talk to players in the middle, and he's saying that Michi can share what he was thinking on these decisions, and I could still show you the positions in XG. But we're not allowed to give him feedback about how they played the match in the middle of the match. So, yeah, fair. Where is your baby John? John? Or someone else here? I don't know, Sim. Sorry. We got Michael Nyagu taking on Michihito Kagayama right now. People traveling all the way from Canada and Japan. And they're real tough players, so it's always no surprise when they make it this far in the tournament. But everyone's got a good chance, you know?
What? No. No, I'm still in the middle of the game.
Phil just jinxed the hell out of Michi.
That's very good for you to be in the middle of the game.
He hasn't lost yet.
He hasn't lost yet. Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good work.
But so you aren't allowed to see the XG analysis, Michi, but you can tell me which cubes you were thinking about and what your thinking was if you want.
Game 1.
Game 1, yeah. Yeah. Well, he's going to see it then.
Yeah.
This position?
Yeah, from the ball.
This is right before you do send the cube.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah. So I think I can still get here. So this is the one where you did send the cube. But yeah, what were you wondering? Which one were you wondering if it was too good? Because you played on too good the one before.
Actually, the last one.
The last one. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one. Which.
So I finally cashed.
Yeah. So
but,
this is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was wondering, is it too good or not?
Yeah. And what were you? I guess what was your thought process? How are you trying to decide between those two? How are you trying to decide between too good or not? Why did you think it was too good? Why did you think maybe not?
I estimated my winning chance. So I thought 70 something.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
74 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Yammon is not too much.
Okay.
So I decided it's not enough for too good.
Oh, in the next position, you mean?
Oh,
After this one.
Oh, the moment I cashed.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
moment you cashed. Okay. But in this, so this was the position you were most confused about, whether it was too good or not, or the other?
Oh, from the ball?
Yeah.
My checker is on the ball. No.
His checker's on the bar here. Yeah. This is when you. This is the one you played on too good.
Yeah. I thought this is clear too good.
Clear too good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other position was the confusing one. So we'll bring that up again. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were more about this one. But yeah, we can get a little. Just check it out. So you told us about the estimates you were making on there. Hopefully I haven't ruined this. Oh no. There we go. I missed it. Whatever.
Oh.
But okay. But I mean, thanks for sharing your thoughts. So cool. And then I mean, we'll be able to tell you after the match.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
we can't tell you right now.
I got it.
Cool. Thank you, Michi.
Sure.
Are you gonna come join us, Michael or Phil? Michael.
Yeah, but I got good news for you. You're in the poker game tonight. I got you covered.
Oh wow, you found my whole backing situation. Okay,
Me and
thank
Joey
you.
are backing you.
Oh, cool. Okay. You gonna go like 50-50 on it, or you just want your
We're
piece? Okay.
50-50.
Sweet. Sounds good. I don't know if you talked to David about it. I don't know why I'm doing this on the
I
mic
will
either.
talk to David.
But I think your arrangement about like 50-50 after seems fine too. If you want to do that,
We'll
yeah.
see
Yeah.
what David says.
That's good for me. Yeah.
But I just lost to Akiko.
Okay.
We had a $100 bet on the match, and when we started, I said, "Would you take 40?" She said, "No." That's how.
Can she possibly be right?
She was.
I better think about it.
She won 100. She always beats me.
All right, 5-3 probably wants to split in the opening here after we make the bar. Okay. We got Michael trailing Michi 8-away, 4-away in this one.
Okay.
Michi making the 5
All
points.
right, I'll
He's
take
got the-
I'll take Michi even money.
Okay. Yeah, so we always hit loose on the 4, and then we have to decide between the 5 and the 4. Sometimes, if we had another spare, keeping the 5 and hitting loose can be better. But I think he's right to just make the 4 here. You got any rules of thumb for whether you make the 5 or the 4 with the aces there?
Oh yeah, I flip a coin. It's always right.
Ah, okay. I wonder if we need any sort of attacking or tempo here. We do have the better board. It seems pretty scary to step up to the 20 with the 4. I think we're going to have to hit loose, don't you?
Me too.
Yeah. Break the ace to go for it. It's close.
Is it close?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess when we stay back, we're still primed, and we would like the opportunity to make the 20
I
point.
have to leave you. I got something important to do.
Okay, what is that?
We're playing
Take a nap?
Bazooki. No,
Oh, Bazooki Gammon. He's got to go donate to Akiko. She traveled a long way to get here. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, he's really struggling this one too, and I understand. It feels like a lot to break your 8 to hit. Your board's not that much better. You're voluntarily having 2 checkers primed, so stepping up, it's not like it's that comfortable for Michael to hit loose on the 5 point here either. So, but if we just give him his full roll to make this and are under the gun, well, I think he's going to try a lot here. 5-1, for example, with this roll, like even though he's outboarded, it's probably worth hitting. And I guess down with it, but he could. The second hit is interesting. The double tiger too. It could somehow be less returns. No, he should just pop out. Okay. It's not so far off. Win some more gammons. It's going to be tempting at the score for that reason. Yeah, I guess the distribution of 13 to 8 is bad. So I like getting out of the way here. It's actually less returns. The 2s are kind of happy to hit on the 21 point. So it just should be a better place to be. But the 4s are diversified from entering numbers. So that part's a little bit annoying about coming up. We got a Michael fan in the chat, okay? Michael and his partner Lila split this event last year. And so after, making the finals last year, he's in the semifinals and threatening to do it again. Michi giving him a hard time right now. 21 to 15, not an unreasonable play either. So we can see it's not that fun to lose hit here, 3s are well duplicated, I guess, with anchoring numbers too, so that should be confusing. 6-1 could escape a checker to safety, or it can make the bar point and try to contain. I think the offense makes a little more sense here. That's super close, though, again. All of these just very difficult decisions. Dead even race, and Michael wants to think if he has enough market losers to send the cube here, I guess. This feels like, to me, Michi's winning this game. But he actually is a slight favorite here, okay? So not unreasonable to think about it there. 5-3 is likely to make the 10, but again, we have this whole problem of do we want to attack? And we're getting primed in, and Michi's threatening to extend it and make the anchor and stuff. I think it maybe is getting more urgent now. Yeah. All right. Michi's going to roll, going to have a very hard time finding a cube. And get stuck on the 23 point. I think the 6 has to play down here. Oh, wow. He should... he needs to buy the tempo to keep his opponent from making the 20 point with ease. Of course. Okay. So very well found from him. And if he can get a dance, then he's doing great. But if Michael can enter and cover that 5 point, the game's decided. So he's probably going to want to stop and think about the cube again. But I think I don't think it's the right blend of volatility to be sending even at this score or anything like that. We'll see afterwards, though. Looking at the numbers, though, it actually looks like it is going to be a good cube after this. And so that makes it a very hard play to make to this loose hit when you're going to invite a cube and have to suffer the volatility of it. In these kinds of score dynamics, a lot of times that makes it less valuable to attack and go for loose hits in big plays like this. And we might be seeing that that's the case here too. Maybe this is an even bigger decision for money. And only a 62 error at this particular score or something like that. I'm not sure if the score would change it. But yeah, just can't afford to play passive. Yeah, oh man. They're on plus, they're almost tied. And I think that's for sure the score dynamics coming in here. So he's going to play down instead. Okay, no mistake really available there. And cube's going to come there for sure because there's so much priming threat with this full roll there. Michi happy to take it there. Still might not cover. Still has other ways to play this game. Still containing a checker back there too. But Michael does follow up on his threat successfully. And threes can make the 4-point, yeah, and leave a blot in the outfield. That looks very strong. Michi does that without hesitation, volunteers the ace, duplicated with aces to step up, and so they both have very strong priming potential here. Double fours is going to be a little fast for Michael. In a priming game, it's kind of bad to get ahead in the race like this. We want to just wait this out and allow our opponent to crack, ideally. And Michi's going to have worse timing with 2 checkers back to Michael's 1 for sure. The 6 prime is going to create real problems. But I think Michi has enough time to wait this out, it's looking like. And Michael's going to be cracking his structure next roll quite often. 6-5, again, too fast. We get to make a 6 prime for a moment, and then we have to break it. And I'm inclined, so the safe play is to play the 6 down and the 5 in, but the slotting is going to probably follow up better, and I think it's worth it here, yeah. Ace is so strong either way. 3-2 is going to roll the prime forward a little bit. Still has a 6 prime, and Michi is struggling to hang on to time, but he gets to cover, okay. So now there's some real potential. Needs a big set from Michael to jump into the lead here. 6-1, well, it moves some pips, but it's not the best here. It doesn't break the prime yet. 6 plays behind. I might have done that backwards, but okay. And 5-3, quite likely to have to give up the prime himself. Michi is here and just needs his opponent to not roll a 6 then for a while. Interesting. Yeah, I guess no reason to leave a shot, so of course we're going to clear it that way. 4-2, so there goes some structure. Interesting, he's going to open up from the front. That's clever, and it could be right. It could be harder to follow up on. I feel like I would just give my opponent the 5 out. The ace is duplicated with hitters anyway. Maybe he's right here. Yeah, he did have the right idea by a long shot, too. These are tricky plays to find, especially if you haven't seen them before and aren't looking for them. I bet a lot of people watching just wouldn't even consider something like that. But once you see the idea, you know, and can kind of figure out the aces are duplicated, he still has a long way to escape. Like this is a play that we have to think about in a spot like this. It only holds for 1 roll, but that's really all we need here. The 5 out could be a huge difference in the game on the next roll, and the ace isn't that big of a deal if it happens. So well found by Michael. Not quite enough room for Michi here. I think just switching and playing safe is going to save the most gammons and also allow him maybe to find some time to hit with an ace, step up to the edge, things like this. So I think we're just in and switching, but oh, interesting. We should clear from the rear. I would have thought for sure the 4 to ace 3 times and just buy a little time. But when we play this way, our opponent can roll small numbers and just have to keep playing. Yeah, we want our opponent on the board is why we're doing this. Okay. Well spotted by Michi again. All right, we didn't get our way exactly. Our opponent gets the freedom and doesn't have to crack instead. 2s gets to fill in the gap. It's going to have to clear the 5 too. Okay, yeah. Loses another point, so things going south for Michi quickly, as they do in priming games. 6-2 finds its way in. Still can't cover the front, so a little bit of hope there. Ace 3 has to try. Pretty sure he has to hit here. Oh, wow, he shouldn't, though. It's just going to lose more gammons to do that and doesn't win enough games. Okay, so he should just patiently... This is, like, showing even more the strength of Michael's play in slotting the front there. Is that, like, in a lot of sequences, apparently Michi can't even hit it anyway. It's going to be tough to pass up, though. It feels like it might work out, but okay, he's going to go for it. Certainly wins more games, but gives up too many gammons at the expense, and we'll see if he's punished for it. 5-2 is definitely going to hit 1. And so now Michael chasing after the closeout, which is a lot more gammons than before, and instead Michi achieves the higher anchor, which is going to save a ton of gammons, and could even win the game with some lucky sets and things like that. So things looking much better for Michi now. Yeah, it seems pretty natural to cover the point, let our opponent out on 4, and try to trap them. I guess the issue with it is the 6-4. We're kind of sad after that, but we're still doing... Yeah, that could be a big problem. But yeah, he doesn't have play at 4s on the other side, so we kind of want him to leave and to be able to attack and go for that closeout in gammon. It even wins more to just cover that board point, too. I guess having the blot behind means when he runs with a 6, we're not going to be as ready to attack either. So we need that board constructed quickly. Ooh, 4-6, there it is. That must be Michi's best roll. He gets the double falcon out on there, and without an ace or an 11, Michi's going to be in great shape in the race. So it's going to be very difficult to recube for the match since our opponent will have their 8-away, 2-away take point, basically. Can either play for the match or accept the chances from there. Yeah, so 6 is going to stay out of direct range, and so probably 16 to 15, though maybe that creates 5-5 and 6-4 instead of just 6-5. So maybe we want to stay back and play like 2 to ace or something. 3 to 2 is fine as well. Okay. Yeah, what is that take point going to be? I want to look up the 2-away, 8-away real quick. Looks like 12.5%. So Michi's going to have to be close to 90% favorite to be able to claim this game. And he's not going to want to send it much earlier than that. Still an underdog in this game as well. And, okay, Michael finds the 7. So, back in the lead in this game pretty clearly. And even, like, gammons can happen here now. He's going to need the forward pretty quickly to pick up. And would also like to close out. 6-2 is going to give up a lot of that. So, only 10 pips outside means roughly 15% gammons on a closeout. No closeout here. I don't think the contact favors Michi, so I think he's meant to just run here and accept his 9% wins, yeah. 6-4 takes 2 off. 4-4, okay. It's going to give Michi a little bit of life. Creeping up into the high teens. 5-4 is a nice shot to hang on to the lead for Michael. And another 4-4, okay. Making a lot of progress. All the way up into the 30s now. Aces takes plenty of checkers off, but doesn't do a whole lot with the pips, so. And 5-6, okay. Michi continuing to gain ground here. This is a big 2 points in this match for sure. Huge difference between 8-away, 2-away, and 6-away, 4-away. Another 2 off for Michi. 3's okay. That should allow Michael to hang on here. Even though it only gets 1 off, it's a lot of pips and makes it a lot easier, or a lot harder to fall off a roll. Michi likely to need sets now. 3's going to take 2 checkers off well again, and I think Michi needs 2 sets starting now. Can't find it. So off we go. 6-away, 4-away. Michael with another almost perfectly clean game. Very nice by him.
Yeah.
6-away, 4-away. The adjustments are interesting here. It's still very valuable to send. So at 4-away, 5-away, like Michi's almost going to be more aggressive in some cases, sending initial cube because of that gammon value. As soon as we get to 4-away, 6-away, it almost equalizes out already, and the recube starts to matter more. I talk about this in my book, comparing 4-away, 5-away to 4-away, 6-away, and 4-away, 7-away. So I think he's going to mostly be careful and wary of the recube here. We'll see how that goes. And Michael trailing will want to be a little more aggressive because he's going to not have to fear recubes too often. 2-1 is going to want to play down, and then I would think split, but I've seen a lot of slot situations here too. They're always very close. It's just less exciting to use that last, like, the 4th spare on the 6, or the 4th checker on the 6 instead of the 5th one. 5s, he's glad he didn't split after that roll. Makes the 3 quickly. And Michi with a strong positional advantage now here. Now he can for sure make the 5 point. I'm not clear. I guess, yeah, he probably doesn't want to split because of the early game double 5s. Wow, 6-3 is a huge shot for Michael. Gets to pop past all this good structure. Send a checker back. Huge racing lead. And what is this? Ace-5 is not much of a return from Michi. Does he really want to be split here? I don't know. Oh, yeah, he can be triple split, of course. But instead he's going to, yeah, just stay there. And no cube yet for Michael. Okay, interesting. Yeah, must be getting close. 5-4 just going to clean up and respect Michi's strong board. That must be the biggest issue there. And only 16 pips down after this. I think they're all coming from the back. One's going to the 8 point and the other's making the 18. We've got a good bar point holding game now. What is this? Why doesn't he want to play 24 to 18 twice? This is wild. He can just play for contact better, so he should? Wow, okay. I guess I miss out on plays like this too, and we have like a huge positional and board advantage kind of situation. And there's an option to play for more there. It seems clearly so strong to advance the way that he could, and so I get kind of hung up on that idea. But very nice find very quickly from Michi, too. Didn't even seem difficult for him. 5-point board is going to offer a lot of protection, but Michael threatening quite a bit with full freedom, racing lead, and Michi stuck back on the 24 points. I don't know if there's a ton of market loss here, but this is a pretty persistent advantage, and I think the cube is probably fine, though we do have to play. There's going to be some swing on playing down. Maybe there's enough unsafe rolls that we should take a roll here. I don't know. Wow, huge cube. Okay. So this is a fairly clear cube at normal scores, and so at this score it's getting closer to the take pass side. See if Michael can find this. Michi does have a 5-point board, but it's not the perfect one. The open 3-point is a little easier on Michael should he get hit. It gives him some opportunities to enter and just pop out. So there's a lot of life after death there too, even if he does get into some sort of bad sequence next roll. And if Michi doesn't do something great, like hit a shot, advance the anchor, whatever it might be, he's almost completely out of time already too, and very near risk of cracking. What's up, David Wells? If you're going to talk, do you mind coming on the other side so you can get closer to the mic? I'd love to have you join me, though. Yeah. Try to talk straight into it as much as you can, too. It's like fairly directional. We got a cube decision, 6 away, 4 away, Michael trailing. He is going to send the cube. Michi is going to take it pretty quickly. He made his mind up already. And I think this is going to be...
Looks like a standard double take.
Yeah. Yeah, normal scores too.
And a scary roll.
Yeah, it's going to be a decider, but I mean, when these are coming up, especially at trailing scores, we like to send the cube before the upside, right?
Yeah, absolutely. When he doesn't get hit back, he's in a commanding position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he would happily re-roll, of course.
I think this needs to pop out to the bar. Hard to leave a third checker on the 24. It is provoking a lot of contact. That's not so exciting right now, though. Oh, this is perfect. It looks like it makes the 4 and the deuce, but it could deal with the midpoint maybe somehow too.
What did you roll?
4-4.
Wow.
Yeah. So if Michi can roll a 6, he's in a lot better position here. I think he's going to come out quickly.
It's not even so clear, I feel like.
24 pips, he does have the timing for a 24-point game, but I don't see why we would volunteer to stay back there and not have the good contact with a 5-point board.
You might be forced into it, but it's not. You're going to get gammoned a bunch as well.
The 5-point board's a lot of protection, right? So like the loose hits with 5s and 3s you're worried about, I guess?
Yeah, but 6s are bad, but I don't know what else. The other game is just so bad, I guess.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I guess you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Staying on the ace point, you're just going to get gammoned anyhow.
Exactly. And so we have our decision moment. I think Michael will go for the gammon here.
Yeah, he's got lots of life after death. When
yes. Yeah. Yeah, that open 3-point's a big difference in their structures.
If he hits him on roll, it's like a pick 'em game at that point. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michi performs. Okay.
That was huge.
And Michael enters right away and gets to hit back too. Wow. Okay. No covers, so that'll buy Michi a little bit of time, but things are looking very good for Michael in this game.
Except Michi has performed again. Super, ultra, double 1 from Michi.
Is it for him or did he just fan?
Oh, he just fanned.
Yeah, he fanned and it's Michael on roll. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
All right.
Aces doesn't do a whole lot though. I guess we're just all coming from the midpoint, I would think.
Well, you can't all come from the midpoint. You got one left, right?
Yeah, I'll use the last one there too. Wow, he wants to lift this. I wouldn't have thought to do that.
With that other blot, it makes more sense because you just got to pick up that blot and win a bunch of gammons, and it must have been fairly close, I imagine.
Oh, with the 1-6, he definitely chose right. 6-1 misses. Does he want to stay back and keep pressure on that blot on the 8, or is it time to just go?
It's 2-5, 2-2, and 2-1. Geez, this is a little tough.
So then we gain on There's a 2-6 and a 2-3 where we're probably going to have an attacker to threaten there too, right?
Yeah. The problem. Yeah.
5-3 hits, so he's glad he stayed. And with 2 in the air, he can finally break that midpoint and try to take this opportunity to get that home safely as well. Break some contact. Ooh, 6-3 can make the 10, I guess, get a little closer to home. We could bring something in to attack too. Oh, that seems pretty good actually. I didn't realize we could get to the 8 and be challenging the open deuce point that way.
With no shots as well.
Yeah. Well, there's always the double 6s that slot it.
Just bring a builder
about.
in. 10 to 5 with this for sure.
Oh, 10 to okay. We could also make the 8 and make sure our double 6s play a little bit better. Yeah, they're still going to leave a shot there though. Okay, maybe not.
Well, you can make double 6s play fine if you just play 10 to 5, 4 to 3. It's probably not right though.
Well, the 8 to 2 is going to be forced to leave a shot there. Is the issue we have
yeah.
right now, 6 away. Yeah. Yeah, Michael tends to spend a good amount of time on these, trying to find the best technical play, even when they run close, you know. All right, 1-6 fans again. There we go. Forgot about that roll. That's another one that's forced a lot.
Yeah, that was why maybe it was technically slightly wrong last roll, but I guess it was very close.
Ooh, 6s is going to play now, though.
So well.
All right. Lots of gammons. After a few fans, we can start talking about backgammons. As long as he doesn't leave a shot, but Michi is still prepared to contain if he does get a shot eventually in this game. And so the gammons are so high that I think Michael's going to favor safety in the bear off here. As long as he's not hit, he should be fine to win a gammon. I don't think he has to do anything too aggressive there. Takes 2 off, though. I guess there was a more even play. And here he is. If Michi can fan once, quarter of the time, he's going to get a lot of shots, and he does.
did fan.
Just needs to dodge an ace. 4-2 is going to leave a shot. Still tough to win after this with 7 off, but I mean, not so hard. He's got to decide if he wants to take 2 off, so that extra checker is worth quite a bit to get to 8 checkers off. But it tends to clean up a lot better when we play from the rear. So it's a dilemma here for sure.
And also, it's a lot easier to get a second blot if he does the other one.
Yeah, very true. Thank you, Jason.
But it's all moot here.
Yep.
He's going to win the gammon.
Yeah. And we're going to go on to 4-way, 2-way, which is a super exciting score for sure. All right. Doesn't have to save the backgammon yet, so is Michi going to make some PR decisions? No? Okay. Does he have 3 rolls to do this? No. This is, so he's making irrelevant decisions now. And 6s is going to make that clear to everybody. And on we go to 4-way, 2-way with Michael leading now. So Michael going to have a really hard time sending cubes until the very end when there's no volatility, and Michi will have a lot of opening sequences while you have to send it on the 3rd roll. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael's take point if he sends a cube will be 40% on recubes, which so he's not going to be.
Well, it's going to come back automatically too. So
Yeah, very likely. We won't see many cubes early.
5-2. Okay, this is a pretty weak opening, so it's going to be tough to have a cube after this for Michi in the opening, but we'll see. 4-1 could be weak enough. It's not unreasonable. I think if it's not a cube, it's super close.
No, not yet.
Yeah, usually down, especially if he like splits or plays down. Like this is my reference position is something like 4-3 down and then like a 6-4 that misses or something. That's enough. But I think that's probably so technically a cube there.
Yeah, wow.
He's gonna miss it. Yeah,
I would have missed this one.
That's how volatile. I mean, just winning the opening roll and not being punished for it at all, it's good.
Yeah.
That's enough at 4-way, 2-way. Once you see a couple of those, it's very hard to miss them.
Yeah.
Right? So, I have all that work done to make a book out of that too, and I don't know, haven't found the time to actually make the book. threes. Ooh, this is not clear how we play this. Maybe just all three of them to the 5? Or the three
maybe
to
you
clean
make
up
the
too.
3 point, just pick up the block, make the 3. It's a
Yeah.
giant stack.
As the leader, too, that makes a lot of sense to like reduce some volatility. Very close options, though.
Yeah. It's the natural looking play.
4 can cover and make the 4 points and maybe step up for an anchor or something
Yeah,
like
24-20 probably would be
this. Yeah.
the third, the last one. For
Looks
lack
good.
of 4s.
4-3 for Michael. So, I mean, maybe we would think about these double hits at another score, but I think it's going to be very hard to justify it at 2 or 4-way.
Well, Michi's going to be cubing now.
Yeah, feel that too. Better
Seems like
board,
you just run out
racing
from
well.
the. You just run out.
Yeah.
Actually, Michi may not be cubing. No, Michi will be cubing.
finals,
Okay.
Congratulations.
and I have a
Yeah.
piece of them.
Yeah, if he runs, he's clearly losing. I mean, 13-6 is fine too. I was kind of thinking about that, but the
Oh,
distribution's not
I'm
great.
looking at the wrong color. Sorry, I
Okay,
got
okay.
confused.
Yeah. I don't
This
think
is
he
the-
can afford the double hit though. So I think
This is white. Yeah.
yeah, 22-15 looks like maybe the only play here, and I do think the cube's coming after that. Oh wow, he should go for the double hit, but they're all passes anyway.
Yeah. Don't think. Yeah. I think he'll find it.
Not too good after anything anyway. Oh, he hits and continues the ace. That's an interesting way to do it. And then we get the cube and a pass.
8-9.
And on to 3-away, 2-way. Could have been playing on for a gammon there. He found the third roll cube.
Right.
I'll help him with that later. 2-1. I think, yeah, we have to split at the 2-way scores. I think, oh no, look at that. The slot's still slightly better, though they're basically picking. Theory there is just we should reduce gammons by trying to make an anchor and not getting another checker back. But, okay, just out to the bar and make the 11. Sure, sure. Michi's still sending aggressive cubes, but needs to actually, like, to have one on the third roll at this score, needs to have, like, a fairly clear advantage. Maybe actually, if you open with a 4-2 and the 2 on after, that could have been enough there. That's the kind of roll. 6-5. That's going to make an anchor, which is essential at this score, and then the 6 goes wherever it needs to. So the deuce seems fine to me.
Yeah. You're stripping the mid anyhow.
Yeah. This looks like it's going to hit, make the anchor, and make the 5. Beautiful roll for Michi. Oh, it doesn't have to anchor up yet. It's better to just split. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Can't link up, but it can play 13-8.
Now Michi's got to think about the double here.
Looks strong to me. He's got the much better board, the racing lead, and
Seems
he's
like
got a
it-
junior behind that he can threaten to gammon. you
Yeah,
know?
and
So,
it looks like it would be a take as well. A pretty easy take. So.
Yeah. Usually we wouldn't be thinking about that till we also had freedom, and then it would be kind of close to a pass. But yeah, at this score, we got to get it in time. And if there's any sort of hit in fan sequence, I think that's going to be enough to lose his market, and that's just enough right here.
Michael will find this take. This is just way too much game to
Yeah, the
barely,
two checkers
barely a
back still.
dog here.
Yep, yep. And so in a lot of variations, this could be the last game of the match, whether Michael wins it or Michi wins a gammon.
What did he roll?
4-6.
4-2?
4-6, and I think he's just going to find safe plays with this. So I love, it's always an option to link up with the 18, but here it's extra important at the score again. Oops.
Yeah, Michi's. Michael's very happy to be in this game at
Yeah.
this score.
Yeah, when you're at 2-away and you're like camping on a 2 cube without gammon threats, like it always feels like a good position to me. I'm not really worried about my opponent getting to Crawford as much as like just having a chance at just winning the match outright and still being alive when I don't. 4-1.
Seems like you need to come off that 18.
The flexibility. I was
Well,
looking
you're
at
gonna run out
covering
of
the deuce
time is
first,
the
but yeah,
problem.
I think you're right. Yeah, and it doesn't look flexible enough to clean up 11 to 6.
No,
I
you don't
guess.
like leaving the 6 numbers, but
Yeah.
the next turn, what are you going to roll? Like,
Yeah, I guess you mind it less now that Michi has a blotting board for roll 2.
Yeah.
So I would find something more constructive, and maybe that's 18 to 13. Yeah,
yeah.
6-5, 6-2, pretty strong.
11 to
too.
6 was surprisingly close, even as
Yeah.
ugly as anemic as it looked.
Sure. Michael, I feel like every decision has had like at least 3 real candidates like this. Just has to figure out maybe half a dozen sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And they're all like
they're all
tied.
very, yeah,
and
they've been very close. Sometimes
totally
you can
reasonable.
struggle with these very close ones.
Yeah.
Because they're harder to discern because
Yeah.
they're close.
If you knew they're close, you'd just pick one and be done with it, right?
Yeah.
2-1 gets to come in and cover. Pretty natural roll for Michi. Things looking good for him. 4-3. This can
Good
clean
roll.
up both plots. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful shot.
And now Michael does not want to leave any indirects or anything. It's quite scary.
Yeah, 4-point board is a big step up from the 3-point board. So I'm sure we've all felt when we've danced on a 4-point board too many times in a row.
Looks like you're just going to make this 7 here and continue. Or actually, you want
Yeah.
to continue. Probably say 6-5 and stay a little bit flexible.
Oh, is that more? Yeah, it keeps the 6, but the 6 plays down to the bar point anyway. So maybe we can do that. Just bring the checker in. Yeah,
Yeah.
very close. It's considering keeping the 8 instead, but that just looks like not enough room in this position for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't unfold as well.
6-5. I don't see any reason why Michi wants to leave a shot here. The race is still reasonably close. I think we're just giving up the 8 and waiting, but he does have not nearly the same timing as Michael. He's going to
This
think
is-
about running.
Well, the problem is next turn you almost have to run.
Wow. Yeah, you're right.
So looking one move ahead, it's a good running row.
Yeah. He gets away with it. Gets to clean up the 10-2, but can't deal with the 21 yet. We'll see if Michael can get any sort of attacking rolls.
No.
4-3 is pretty weak here. I don't think he can afford to go for attacking and trying to win the game here either. Too many gammons when it goes wrong.
Yep. Just going to have to let Michi run away, and then Michi's going to have to clear his the midpoint.
Yeah. 5-2 is going to try. 2s are duplicated with hits too. 4-3 is going to slot 2 good points. And Michael's close to ready. His distribution's a little bit awkward here.
Michael will hit now if he can.
Yeah. 6-3 gets home. 5-4 is just going to play 2 down. I don't think we can volunteer
No.
the ace on the mid for extra contact. Yeah.
No need. And particularly because Michi's never forced off the midpoint, so it's just a negative free roll.
Yeah. I'm not sure why we want to switch here. I would think just stack up instead of 2 blots in board, but okay.
This cleans up easy.
Yeah. We get to make the best points. Oh, he's thinking about 6 to ace to wait here. Okay. The race is close now.
Yeah, I don't think you can destroy your board.
Yeah. Wow, it's super close though.
Yeah, very, very close.
5-4. Well, Michi's gonna have to start to.
This is why destroying your board was not the best choice.
Yeah. Michi's is very weak looking. He gets to run kind of for free now, and it's gonna be tough for Michi to hit to bring this home.
Well, there's a lot of heading covers.
Yeah. I don't think 1-3 is one of them, but he might have to try with the race this close.
Well, there is no gammon price, so he can leave 15 numbers. That's only actually 13 numbers, isn't it? If he hits and lifts.
Oh, he can hit and lift, yeah. And then it's just
13 numbers.
6-1 with it, yeah.
So that probably with the race,
Yeah.
it's probably right. Nope, it's not right.
Oh, super close though.
It's pretty much pick 'em.
Yeah. At any other score, it would not be
Michi
anywhere
can't
near
make
close.
a mistake here.
Yeah. And any other, at like normal scores where gammon's counted, couldn't even consider it for how many you lose. But
Yeah.
yeah, here you can try it.
Yeah, Michi's got to think a long time, but he can't really make a mistake.
Yep, it's going to be confusing that way. I like the play. It's more fun to see people go for the wins, right? Actually, it doesn't win more, but it feels like it should.
It looks like it wins more,
Right. It looks bold.
right?
Maybe this is part of why it doesn't really win that much more. So we
This
can
is
just enter on the 6 and run.
Looks like running is probably right, but you got
You're right
got to
that the
think
yeah.
about it here.
There's a lot of duplication of hitting numbers here, and when we pop out, the 4s are more free to hit.
I think you
so,
got to
yeah.
count how many numbers are going to hit and cover in both scenarios, and then
Yeah.
pick a play. And if it's the same, you stay. But you need to. But here it looks like there's more damage to stay because
Oh, interesting. Okay. It still looks like to me like there should be more hidden covers. Whenever I think about these, then I get them wrong. And if I just run, then I'm usually right.
yeah, it's generally right to run
Yeah.
because you want to run. You're planning on running soon.
Yeah. But it's easy to find reasons to do this, you know?
Yeah.
They're super close. Oh, 2s is a reason not to do this. Very good roll
No,
for me.
twos was a great roll, but the good roll the other way, a great roll this way.
Ooh, 6 hops in for the contact again, though. That's a very good shot for Michael.
Well, the race is close, so I actually think you just slot the ace.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. 4-3 can't get home to safety. Is it worth hitting loose? No, we're
Well, what is the race?
8-7-15 after the play. I think he can afford to play chicken here. I don't know though. What do you think?
I think
Wow,
you
he
have to
can't.
hit.
Okay.
Yeah, the hit
Yeah, it's
seems
like a
clear.
50
You just
wow.
become a huge favorite versus.
Yeah, that's right. The old 2-to-1
and
proposition.
And there are no
Yeah.
gammons, so.
He's going to be
it's
able to
al-
at least
it's
lift
actually
almost
almost
every
it's
time next roll
almost
too.
it's almost a joker.
Yeah.
Hitting is you want to hit. It's
Yeah. That's fair. I didn't realize it was still 50-50, but I
and
could
with-
definitely.
and look at all the wastage with Michi as well. So
Yeah.
not only is he only up 15, he's not on roll, and he's got more wastage, and he's gonna not clear a point.
Yeah. Wow, he clears the point instead, though, misses the opportunity.
That was Michi's not gonna be happy when he looks at that one.
I would have thought that he was a bigger favorite after not hitting. That is confusing to me.
Now,
Oh, I love this play
I
by
think
Michael.
he just.
I think you park there and make his 6s really bad, right?
Well, you consider even coming out to the 17.
The 17 is what he was looking
Oh,
at.
yeah, yeah.
I think I like that best.
But it's not. No, it once.
Not quite, huh?
It's
I would've
close.
thought
but
this
not
too, yeah.
not,
I guess
definitely
the
a
5s
small-
are bad
small
too.
error.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get hit with a 5.
Yeah.
5s are all good. I mean, even 5-6, Michi would be very happy to roll.
Yeah.
But this worked out.
4-2 gets to safety.
Uh,
I think. Maybe not.
Maybe not. He's down a bit in the race. Yeah, I guess with all the wastage and the crossovers.
Yeah, the race is closer than it looks. He clears instead. He's playing like he's in clock trouble now. And Michi still can't get by.
Rewarded for that last play, but
There we go.
great
Should be
roll.
Small favorite for
Great
Michael
roll.
now.
That should be a big favorite now.
Yep.
With all that wastage, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. In the 80s already.
Yeah, that was. Michael's got a pretty fast bear off. He shouldn't be missing much. And up, he was up four crossovers.
So Michi's going to have to get pretty lucky to stay alive in this match now.
I wonder if Michi was under clock pressure to miss that hit. Wasn't like Michi to miss that one.
Yeah. It didn't seem like it. Michael's playing as though he's got some clock problems going on right now, but 2:53 he has left, so no. Chooses the better distribution there. Six five. Michael not really giving anything up. Bearing off very quickly. Very few misses. Michi needs to start rolling sets pretty much now, I think. Yep. Last chance coming up. And that's going to do it. Michael Niagu is going to make it to the finals for his second year in a row.
This is his tournament, apparently.
Yeah. We'll see if he, and I heard Ben Friesen made it there. Maybe they're just going to chop again? Is that the
And
plan?
hats off to Michael for playing extraordinarily well this match.
Yes, he played very clean. Very good match by both of them. Yeah, as we said in that last game, Michi will be a little frustrated with that miss, but thanks so much for the help, David Wells, with that. And yeah. We'll see if either of them want to talk over here, what time we're going to get going with the finals. But yeah, I've been told the other side Ben Friesen won, so we should have Ben Friesen playing Michael Niagu in the finals. Congratulations to them both for a good amount of money up top. Yeah.
And you know
Good
the Ben
finals.
Friesen story.
No, what's the
He
Ben Friesen story?
qualified in LA to get here, in a
Oh.
qualifier where he wouldn't have been here.
Nice.
This is like Chris Moneymaker in poker. Really, to qualify, come here and get to the finals, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, Ben Friesen
Unbelievable.
qualified
and he beat
in LA to
the
get
great
here.
Michi. Unbelievable.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Michi, what do you need to see now? What do you need to
Yeah,
see?
yeah. So how about my 4-3 in the last game? Should I hit?
Yeah, and it's big too. Yeah, that was like your biggest miss of the match. So
Really?
it's basically like 50-50 game. When you don't hit, I'm surprised with like the racing advantage you have that it's that close. But of course, you know it's like you're a 2-1 favorite after you hit.
I miscounted?
What did you count as the race? Did you think you were ahead more than 8?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 before the roll and 15 after. Yeah, so that would change things quite a bit if you were ahead more. Yeah.
Wow, I miscounted.
Oh, that's frustrating.
You got another fork and knife down here?
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more. Thank you.
So well played match generally, though. I think there's that one. You're still around a 3.5 with this mistake. You were right about your cubes in the first game that you were worried about. Yeah. I can't think of anything else really big in this. I think it was pretty clean otherwise. A couple checker plays. What was the take decision? Oh, you passed in a game. I remember it was like a holding game.
Oh, no.
Maybe it was a recube. Can't remember. We'd have What's up, everybody? We're here winding down on Saturday evening, the first day of the main event. In the championship division, we got 31 entries and 21 rebuys, so a nice healthy field there with a lot in the prize pool, 4,000 added with $500 entry as well. So that leaves us with the winner taking home $9,000, second place 4,000 to 5,000, I think, in that range, and there's a $2,000 side pool, winner take all on that too. So we've got some high dollar matches coming up tomorrow. We're gonna start with the semifinals tomorrow morning. We've played down to 4 final players. We actually have one match still going. You can probably see in the background Kiko and Herman playing, trying to figure out who's gonna take on Ben Friesen on one side of the semifinals tomorrow. And I believe our stream match tomorrow morning is going to be Michael Niagu taking on Michi. Michi's been having a good run all tournament here. So really good stuff there. So we also had 8 players show up for the advanced division with a $200 entry and $1,000 added money. So in the 1,600 prize pool with an extra 1,000, pretty good overlay in that. It means that we're gonna get to pay out 3 spots in that with 1,200 up top, 600 to second and third. So juicy advanced division this year. Come down and take advantage of that next year if you can. And yeah, it's been exciting matchups all day. We got to watch some exciting, really tough matchups here between like a Kiko and Bob Wachtel. A lot of the locals playing as well with people from, you know, all over the U.S. and things like that. So it's been an exciting day of backgammon, and we are excited to get started early tomorrow and figure out who's going to win this tournament this year. So we'll be back at 11 a.m. with those semifinals matchups. What's up, everybody? We're here winding down on Saturday evening, the first day of the main event. In the championship division, we got 31 entries and 21 rebuys, so a nice healthy field there with a lot in the prize pool, 4,000 added with $500 entry as well. So that leaves us with the winner taking home $9,000, second place $4,000 to $5,000, I think, in that range, and there's a $2,000 side pool, winner take all on that too. So we've got some high dollar matches coming up tomorrow. We're gonna start with the semifinals tomorrow morning. We've played down to 4 final players. We actually have 1 match still going. You can probably see in the background Kiko and Herman playing, trying to figure out who's gonna take on Ben Friesen on one side of the semifinals tomorrow. And I believe our stream match tomorrow morning is going to be Michael Niagu taking on Michi. Michi's been having a good run all tournament here. So really good stuff there. So we also had 8 players show up for the advanced division with a $200 entry and $1,000 added money. So in the 1,600 prize pool with an extra 1,000, pretty good overlay in that. It means that we're gonna get to pay out 3 spots in that with 1,200 up top, 600 to second and third. So juicy advanced division this year. Come down and take advantage of that next year if you can. And yeah, it's been exciting matchups all day. We got to watch some exciting, really tough matchups here between like a Kiko and Bob Wachtel. A lot of the locals playing as well with people from, you know, all over the U.S. and things like that. So it's been an exciting day of backgammon, and we are excited to get started early tomorrow and figure out who's going to take or win this tournament this year. So we'll be back at 11 a.m. with those semifinals matchups. All right, I think we are live, everybody, back here. So we're gonna, the players for the finals wanted a break to wait until 4 p.m. to play. So we're gonna have another Michi match for you. We got Herman Arzuman playing the white checkers on bottom, Michi Ito Kageyama playing the black checkers on top. And this is a 7-point consolation match. So typically in the single elimination tournaments in the consolation side, whoever wins the consolation is gonna make about as much as the second place player in the main event. But this is a quarterfinals, so a couple more matches to go to get over all the way there. But still plenty of money to be won from each, even having been busted out of the main there. I think these two have played each other early in the tournament too, if I remember right. But should be an exciting matchup. Always fun to watch Michi, of course. He was quite disappointed with his mistake in the last one. Of course, getting busted out. You know, no one likes losing. But good sport about it like always too. Herman's going to open up with a 4-2 to make a point. If I remember, Herman was playing really fast, so I'm going to have to keep up on transcription somehow. 3-6 is going to hit, and I guess it could split. I don't see a big reason to play down with it. But, of course, the idea with playing down would be to focus on the attack now that we have a checker in the air. But it's also a nice time to split and buy some, you know, well, your opponent can't really pounce on you all that well. 4-3 hits from the roof well. And 4-1. We could break the 8 to hit. I'm not sure it's worth it. We're down in the race, so I guess why not with the better board, too, and we get to make the anchor, yeah. Hey, we're not excited to give up the 8-point to hit, but best option available. Another 7 from the bar is going to hit again. So Michi is continuing to send checkers back and fend off the blitz. 3s can probably hit again is going to be our best, and then our last one, don't have a strong idea. Down seems fine again, yeah. I guess we're kind of... Oh, we can lift instead of having to play so loose. Yeah, that makes some sense. But I like his play as well. They're very close. 3-6 must hit something. Enters and hits on the bar again. Okay, yep. So now we got 5 checkers back, and we'll see if Herman gets to try again. 4-2 or is it 2-2? Either way, it can't hit, so he's just going to link up and remake the 8. And now finally, Michi with the initiative here. 5-5 can clean up a blot. Yeah, probably just going to point on head on the 3 and leave almost no shots there. Oh, he's going to go for the blitz here and put 2 in the air. Yeah, of course. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about blitz with the anchor involved there, but I think that makes a lot of sense. 4 enters 1. And so with 5 back, there's going to be a lot of gammons here. Definite racing game, but I think he's got a lot of work home to come home against this, and white still has good structure, so it still feels like takeable. I'm less clear about the cube, if anything. And yeah, slightly early on this, but there are a lot of gammons, so Michi not too far off to be sending this. He seems to like to get the cube in time. But I mean, we can certainly see how often white can win this game and how much work there is for black to bring this home. It's just when it goes wrong, you have 5 checkers back and lose a lot of gammons too. Typical kind of balance in these cube situations. And he's put a tough decision to Herman here apparently too. It's not like he's just snapping it up. So if he can get a pass out of this too, or there's any chance of that, then that's going to be a very strong cube too. And he does get a pass out of it. Okay. Well found by Michi. I can't remember if this was part of the dynamic in the last match that I watched between them. I think there was another match between them. All right. Yeah, and I do remember this too. I see Michi adjusting the opening roll too. I can't remember him doing this last matchup, but here he is playing 2 down with the 5-4 instead of splitting as well. So, you know, not that there's a big difference, but it is technically different, and Michi is certainly aware that the split is XG's preferred play there. So it'd be interesting to find out why he's choosing to play down in this particular match or situation or whatever it is. 1 what? 1-5 or 1-6. Okay. Yeah, needs to split. Seems like a reasonable play to me. 9-8 to clean up a little bit better. Okay. 3-6 gets to hit and step up. Beautiful shot for Herman. 4-3 hits back on the bar. 3-1 can anchor up. It could hit 2. Yeah, I guess we can't just let him play his role, so maybe we should come in and hit loose on the bar. Always a close option to just make the anchor, though. And 3-2. Does this need to take a tempo with all these builders in place, too? I think so. Unstack 6-4 as well. I don't think he's enough ahead in the race to just anchor up. I like this play. 4-1 is going to hit, and then it can make the anchor this time. Very nice shot for Herman. Small advantage for him here. Double 4s, gets to hit, can... Oh, it can hit twice. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll just do that. Making the 9 seemed intriguing, but giving up the 13 to do it is not so exciting, so I like this better. 3-2 enters 2. Here we are with Michi threatening a whole bunch of extra checkers back again, just looking for freedom against a holding game. Is he going to maybe send an early cube in this one, too? He's very close again, so could see him thinking about it, thinking that he's got, you know, figured something out about his opponent. He can just link up here, or he could attack behind. I guess this seems a little stronger. Well, there's a little better linking play that he can make too. Okay. So after he plays the 4, he can look for a better 5. 2-2's gonna hit twice. Very nice shot for Herman. Lots of life in this game now. 3-2 enters 2. Oh, a 3-3. Wow. So that's going to make the anchor. And then, yeah, I guess we have to switch 8-5, or we can point on head, but the distribution looks too hard to make the 5 point after that. So I wouldn't like that, I don't think. Oh, we can make a blocking point, too. Wow, I didn't even look for that. Wow, and neither did Michi, and he's going to miss a pretty big oversight to not make the 10 there. To make such a perfect 5 prime against 4 checkers back. Makes sense once you see it, but it... Not usually what we're thinking about is constructing those outfield primes, I think, so... 5 out and 4 down seems strong. Blocking the 22 point well. 2-1 can hit. Does it want to? I guess if it hit, it needs to get off the 22 somehow, but I'm not sure it's a great time to split to the 20. Maybe it is before our opponent has more ammo in the zone. And maybe that means it makes sense to hit 9-8 to buy a little time to do it too. I don't know. But the split seems like very nice, yeah. He's going to think about it, but it looks loose and like a lot of shots. Yeah, okay. Finds the best play there. Nicely done, Michi. 4s gets to attack and come out to the 17, I think. Beautiful roll. Wow, it should just come down instead of 21-17 seems so strong here. I guess we're not really ahead in the race after play quite yet. And that's still a strong blocking point in case our opponent anchors on the 22. So it's still got a lot of value. But I feel like we're running out of time after we make the 5 point if we don't get those back checkers moving somehow. So I definitely understand what Herman's looking at here. Five, 6 is going to fan, and Herman's not going to think about the cube here. Okay, it feels like it should be very close. 5-2 can't escape. I think we're just going to go for some mobility from the 17, but maybe we should think about hitting loose 8-3. Trying to capitalize on gammons and keep our opponent from anchoring. With 9 in the zone, it could be enough. Yeah, okay. Both fine plays. 3-1 gets to anchor up. A lot of life in this position for Michi now. And any ace, I guess 8-6 must be best. So he wants to slot. Seems, I just feel like those are overplays here, but I've seen them be like correct quite often here. I don't see a strong reason to do it. It doesn't seem like it gains us enough in a close race, and it could lose a lot. If our opponent can hit with tempo. 3-1 probably just wants to clean up. I don't think we need to do anything too bold here. Mutual holding games tend to just be simple, and you wait for the game to come to you. While making sure that you have a board ready and prepared still. 6-2 should... Wow, it should be very tempted to run off the 22 with the racing lead. But he can make a point here and invite his opponent to come off the... Okay, this looks a little better then. Yeah, I like that. 5-3. Can't link up with the front yet. So the 5-3 can play 2 down and leave only fly shots. And we already have some outfield presence in the 17, so not needing the midpoint right now as much as usual. Michi going to clean up his blot and smooth out the distribution. And 5-1. Again, can't escape. Would love to link up with that 17. Just going to play the checker in and smooth the checkers out somehow. Keeping him on the higher point seems fine. Not a big difference between 6-5 or 5-4. Five, 6. Is it butterfly anchor time? Where does it go? Oh, we can hit
Probably
loose with it too. Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
13-2, or actually out in. Oh wait,
Yeah.
out in hit, of course.
Yeah. 2-5. 2's gonna hit. The 5 can hit as well. Beautiful shot for Herman. The blitz is on. And just a
We've
fan.
learned that Herman will not. He may not find the play on here, from my experience.
Yeah, I've seen him cash a lot of those. Yeah.
Way too good, of course.
Yeah. I remember his checker plays being pretty strong, but the cubes, yeah, he's not sending aggressive cubes at all and then cashing. And then he passes early as well. He's got that classic, I don't want to take anything, but I don't want to send the same cube to my opponent, you know?
Yeah.
One makes the point, okay.
I see Michi is human like the rest of us.
Oh. Getting some decisions wrong occasionally, you mean? Is there any pressure to split here? Interesting. Yeah, I suppose so. But 6-5 seems like a candidate once you've made the 5.2. Reestablishing the 8 seems pretty good. I guess he's going to be tempted by the double hit. Not enough material to really like justify that though.
Yeah, I think you'll find 13-8 here.
Mhm.
It just looks uber natural to create that structure.
Yeah.
Oh, he did not. He double hit.
Okay, and then Michi enters with a 3-1 to punish that. Now he's out of material. 3-6 can't hit. Maybe hiding the blot's okay. Maybe we need to split or
Yeah.
something here too with the better board while we have it.
24-18 seems natural, and
Yeah.
it's actually extreme tied for bar 16.
Yeah.
With the 5 duplication, I would just play 24-18 and try to secure the. This is of course just fine.
Yeah. Anchors up and spreads out. Very nice for Michi. Michi with the advantage in this game probably now.
Double threes, the advantage gone. Great roll. Making the 21 is
Oh, yeah.
mandatory. And now, I'm not convinced you just button everything up, but could be right. Certainly
Yeah.
reasonable. Yeah, you weren't supposed to. You were supposed to.
Very close.
Yeah.
And there we go, flying free from the butterfly anchor again. Before it gets worse, 5s is going to make it worse. Is he going to think about just trying to like escape, or I mean, we have to
think,
attack, of course.
Yeah, it just seems with that blot, I think you'll find the pointing number. Just so powerful.
Mhm.
You can cash all dances, which we know he.
May not. Like this. I don't think we have any sort of cube here yet.
No. This is an easy one. Just slot it up.
Slot the deuce or the bar?
The bar.
Okay. 2 down, extra blot.
2 down.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, 21-10 wasn't a big error. Just
No. 5-3 could make a point behind and prepare
this,
for contact.
This should be a double and a pass.
Okay. He's going to find this one. We're creeping up on too good. Yeah, ahead in the race, single checker back, anchor. There's not really a whole lot of counterplay
and
from
it's
Michi.
six prime slotted.
Yeah.
Not much to think about.
There's a lot of attacks and gammons in a position like this, too. Michi's taking his time to think about it and make sure he's got the race right, I suppose. I think that was part of why you missed the 4-3 you was saying in the last game.
Yeah. I feel like he overlooked the fact with the 4-3 that he's not out of the water if he just makes a safe play. It's like you just often leave a shot then, or at least 6 shots, or at least.
Yeah, so that might be what was counteracting the racing lead quite a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So pay once now, or possibly pay
Oh,
later.
wow, and Michi's going to take this cube. Okay, this seems pretty bold.
Yeah.
5 prime established. He does have to leave the A shots, but it's going to be duplicated with stepping up to the edge. Not a big difference between whether we leave the back of the 5 prime slotted, which we often like, and just stacking it up on the bar. No ace, so going to be a tough ride for Michi now. 4-2. Yeah, it looks like better distribution to play down this way.
Yeah,
continue on
it
the
makes
1-6.
those little numbers play well as well, because your big numbers you're happy just to run out.
And 1-6, wow, okay.
Now
Michi's
we
going to
see
make a
the
game out of it. Can he find a 3? He finds a 3, okay. Nothing interesting going on here.
No.
4 in. But he is running out of time a little bit. 2-6, wow, pops out again with no returns this time, okay.
Now we see what Michi was thinking.
Yeah, Michi knew this was coming. I think this needs to make the ace, but needs to look for a chance to run off the anchor too. And yeah, it's very close to just try it now while the board is weak.
Yeah, he's basically has to do it extraordinarily soon. It was
Another blocking point. We can reestablish the midpoint and probably just play behind 5 to ace, I guess. No, better to come into the 5, okay. And stay, yeah, we cover more board, I guess, when we stay back. Wait. What does he do? Like this. No, he played it illegally, I think. Okay.
he did play it illegally.
I think so. What is this? This is,
I guess we can't correct it.
we could. What did Michi do? Oh, no, 6-1 here. And then what did he just play? He just came into...
He rolled boxes or something? What did he roll? 5, 6?
Yeah, it must be boxes. I could correct it, but not quickly, so... 4-1, and is Michi... Oh, is he thinking about a cube now? He is. Okay. Only a 1-pip lead, and roughly even match, so... But the board has started to crack, so I think it's not unreasonable.
It seems
But
a
it feels-
little bit premature.
Yeah,
But
very
only,
close, though.
Only a tiny bit premature. It would be a good practical
Yeah.
double, because once in a while you get a pass.
Yeah, you never know with this opponent, right? It almost
Yeah.
feels worth trying. 3-1 can't escape, and so I expect after thinking about it last roll, he's going to want to send it more now. A little bit more advantage.
It should be a
More
double
cracking.
now, for
Yeah.
sure.
And you might get a pass out of it. So this is the thing out of it, too. Like, you risk not getting that early pass when you send last roll, but now you know you can gain a little bit of equity when you send this, almost certainly, right? If he's
Yeah.
passing earlier. So you still want to double normal when your opponent passes too soon, I
Oh.
think. Mostly.
Michi found the cube. Let's
Okay.
see if Herman finds his take.
Yeah, and this is close
No.
enough to the position. He's got a little bit better distribution. One less pip, though.
It should balance out with the attackers and the pip.
Yeah.
I think.
We can fix it at some point, too.
I'm guessing the equity should be roughly the same with the.
And as expected, he'll let it go. Not a big error there to do that. And 8 away, 6 away.
I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and I'll be back.
Oh, go for it, yeah. I could use a water. All right, Herman's escaped one, trailing in the match. Not too big of an adjustment at 8-way, 6-way, but there will be some impact for sure. 6-2. probably wants to follow suit with the game plan and just try to escape. Not a big racing lead. So if we had something else that didn't volunteer shots and risk the race anyway, maybe we'd go for something else. And I feel like Michi should be under some pressure to split now. Yeah. So we'll do that and clean up the 2 for lack of other options. Doesn't want to volunteer out there. And what is this? 4-1, big one here. Can come around to indirect range on the 11. So proceeding nicely. 5-3 is not going to hit it, but it does get to anchor up. And a simple small racing lead for Herman, looking for a way to come home safe. And Michi's going to sit back on his 21-point anchor game. Yeah, I think I like this idea of just like playing super stiff and cleaning up and breaking the point behind. The fly shots are just so frustrating here. You know, you don't gain enough in building here, and it's going to be awkward no matter what you come up with. 3's slight racing lead, so he probably needs to improve the anchor. But actually, this is another one where he can play for more by staying back further because his board's so much better. His opponent's is so weak. That's so confusing to me. Yeah, understandable mistake there. 4-1 I think we need to unstack more than we need to make a board point here. Yeah, very close to upgrade that anchor too, I guess. And 4-6 is going to cover the 3-point, it looks like. Oh, it should run right away. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Very close plays again. One what? 1-4. Oh, we could make the 3-point instead, but it'll slot the better point. Yeah, I think that seems good. Does a little bit more. 6-2 is going to release the midpoint. Oh, it should run again with these blots behind. That's so fun. It doesn't feel like he's enough ahead in the race to do that, so I understand why he's not like even looking at it. But on this ply, I think so. Really want to make the board points, but the distribution's a little awkward, so I think it's still worth it. But yeah, 13-8 going to be a close candidate for that stack of 5. 6-4 with the 2 blots behind. Now Michi feels ready to go for it, and this must be right here, right? Okay, now it's not a candidate. What the heck? What happened? Because he has a 3-point board now. Very interesting. Timing and instinct's just a little bit off in this game so far for Michi. Long weekend. It's tough to play your best across the whole thing, you know? Double aces can just make another blocking point. Yeah, sure, and it can clean up this way. I kind of like that. 13-11 is a little more flexible, so that is favored. But it is nice to be able to make the board. I guess we'd rather make the 4-point is the issue and why it's better to go to the 11. Okay. Also, we have more ways to clear that 11-point for flexibility later. Five, 3 gets to make the board and slot a point. Okay. 2-1 is out of moves now. Result of last play. Maybe making the 4 is the most, easier to kind of roll forward. We don't really like lifting to the 3 because that can only be used on the ace, so we can at least focus our checkers on high points by keeping them some other way, you know, by clearing the 6 or making the 4. 5-2 is ready to run for Michi. He's ahead enough in the race, he says. Okay, wow, this is a big mistake to go for this, though. Okay. I guess just what else is your opponent going to do? Oops. Okay.
Safe there. I'll come back for it.
Cool. Thank you to David Wells. Good luck to him in his next match. 6-1's going to make a point. Nice one for Herman. Michi stuck behind a prime. 5 can cover, but it comes in instead here. Okay. And with the prime, yeah, it is awful tempting to send here. I'm not sure. Feels like it should be right on the borderline, though. 3s can't complete. We would have to swap the 7 for the 4 to make that, which would allow Michi to run. I think priming is a little more valuable here. So I think we should play for builders somehow. Maybe, and leave the 4-6 could be the way to do it. Oh, he is supposed to switch and come in. Okay. Yeah, we do cover the outfield way better after we do this, so I can see some sense in that. Yeah, the big risk here is like the 3-4, 3-5, 3-6 that we leave and just get a single shot on, and with difficult follow-up, we may never make the 4-point, all these kinds of issues. I think switching to the ace is a little too much because it's going to be very difficult to fill in that 4-point later. Yeah, I think this was my first idea. And it's not too far off, but yeah, I can see how we can do a little bit better to keep the... I mean, we open up the double sixes, but we do keep every other six that wants to run covered very well with the double shot anyway. So, yeah, it feels like the outfield control is just a little bit stronger with the other play. All right, he's going to take his opponent off the board to make sure he can't escape completely next roll, but lots of fours that are good anyway. And now we got a clear double and pass. Yeah, even race with our opponent on the board, and Herman's going to find this one in time. We'll see what Michi wants to do with it. Let it go. Okay. On we go to next game. Yeah, it's going to make that double threes feel like a very strong play if just like 2/3 of the time you get to claim. Maybe he's getting to do that anyway, though. Standard opening with 3-6s to split, pretty much always. 6-4 gets to hit and probably wants to split too, though down is always a candidate. And 2s cannot follow up with the hit, so I think we'll make the 4-point and probably clean up the blot on the 10. I don't see any reason to leave it there. Oh, we can hit. We can hit. Yeah, I'm not sure I would find that is better, though. I guess it is a nice tempo to prevent him from making a nice point or the anchor. It's hard to pass up that idea of making the 4, though, you know? Michi's going to check out this other option. No mistake available, really. Both of them are fine. And 2-1 is going to make the 5-point. Beautiful roll that Herman gets to play all because there is no hit. Double 2s again for Michi. This time, maybe just hitting loose is the most we can do with it. Making the 11 should be strong. I guess we could also step up to the 21 and redistribute 8 to 6, play quiet or something. Yeah, all plays very close. This is a pretty tricky one, though.
This is tricky. It's hard. It feels wasteful to go 13-5.
It does, but it also just feels sort of like the right thing immediately in the position, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, most people don't find it there. They're thinking they need to do something more
Yeah,
directly constructive.
yeah,
I don't think I would have found it either.
yeah. It's my first instinct there to make an overplay.
Oh, what a roll. Michi.
Yeah.
Crushing roll.
Oh, yeah, you got to come over here so I can hear you.
Bob, any luck with that adventure you were on?
Yeah, I texted you.
Oh, I didn't see it. You found
This
it.
is a tempo. I think it makes a lot of sense to just pop out like this, too, with the racing lead. And Michi wants to think about the cube now, leading slightly. Yeah, shots everywhere, 3-point board. He's down in the race, so it feels like probably takeable on the misses at least. But, yeah, enough volatility to send it even with a small match lead. Okay.
Yeah. I think Herman might find a pass here, and I think Michi will find the cube.
Yeah, Michi has found the cube already, and Herman does let it go, yeah.
Pretty big take.
Yeah.
Scary take, but big take.
You might just be missed and be ahead in the race, and you have a good board anyway, you know?
Yeah. There was some duplication. You ready?
Yeah, no worries.
David Wells has to take on Joey Issa next, huh? Good luck, man.
You're not, can I talk? Or you're talking?
You can. I'm talking. Whatever you want to say, yeah. We're just watching Michi and Herman right now.
People will hear me.
People might hear you.
Yes, so just be careful, but you may talk.
I can answer your question. It was operational.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm on right now. Yeah.
So we're Aviat suggested, right? You know, each year we analyze the thing and say how do we improve.
Yeah.
So Aviat said, you know, it'd be nice to make downstairs VIP and it's quiet.
Ah, okay.
Quiet.
Yeah.
But then when Mike got off the table,
Michael.
Michael, I said, Mike, would you rather the table downstairs or would you rather it up here? Because up here you get all the camaraderie and the, you know,
The
everybody.
cheering and
He likes it up here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I talked to Phil. I said, Phil, what do you think? He says, that's what I love about Jamaica. Jamaica is so loud. Jamaica is so passionate. Jamaica is so, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Phil's thing is to keep it up here. Mike's thing is to keep it up here. Ari was saying have a VIP quiet room because of the top players. So I was, so I'm torn. So tomorrow we're doing a review of the tournament and how do we make it better for next year. So I'm confused which way to go. I kind of lean toward the rowdiness.
I lean to the rowdiness as well.
Yeah.
Because we are rowdy.
We known for it.
So, what's your thought?
I'll ask on here too. I think it's the character of the tournament, you know. Doesn't feel like the right tournament to go put on the headphones and focus really hard or something like that. You know, I mean, I guess you can do that anyway, right?
You can do it. Like
Yeah.
when I play Marco Food, the low guy, I carry my
Noise cancelling headphones.
Yeah.
I put it on because I know that he is going to get under my skin.
I think it's better here because you can always, if it's an issue with you, get some noise cancelling, put in some headphones or earplugs and just play.
Yeah. That's how I've always
So-
felt about
so
it. Yeah.
I think
So we leave it up. I love the fact that you can just come and watch. This,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a crowd.
Well, down there you won't even know what's going on.
That's a problem.
You, like, it could be the finals and people aren't even, like half the room up here won't even know. It's like
All right, so we keep it up here.
I think it's good.
I'll fill you guys in on that conversation in a minute. We got Joey Issa here talking about how we should do like improve things for next year. Michi should have a double pass here, I think. Is the contact good enough? The board's so trashy. I think you just got to let this go. But yeah, he's talking about, I mean, it gets all noisy and wild here, and people were talking, like someone suggested maybe we could have a private playing room downstairs where there's less noise and kind of have that be like a VIP room. But I don't know. I think all the fun and commotion is kind of part of it here. It's like the vibe of Jamaica. Seems like what most people have settled on. So if you like that, you can come here, and if you don't, you can bring your noise canceling headphones, I guess, but it'll be a challenge. Usually after we hit loose from the 8, we like to bring a checker down from the midpoint to reinforce. I think we're going to do that here, or Herman's going to look at just splitting instead or coming out. Okay, he's going to split and hit, so always nice to take that tactical opportunity as well. Michi gets to anchor. Michi 4 away, Herman 7 away. This cleans up nicely. And a pretty close race now. Perfect balance between the 13 and the 8. And not, I guess with the 1 point board, we
You
could
just-
try to
no,
hit
you
twice.
just-
Yeah.
yeah, hitting twice is right. Close second to just go for the 5.
Yeah. All right. David's off to play, Joey. Good luck to both of them. 6-5, a little bit of weak follow-up, but we got the racing lead now, so we're just going to play behind and go for that, I think. Oh, yeah, 8-2 is clear, and then you can cover the ace. I didn't think of that. I was thinking just 13-2. Playing the whole roll at once instead. 4-2 probably needs to have an anchor of his own. Maybe the bar point is the best one. Also nice to make board points behind, but I don't think we can quite. Yeah, I like the little bit more contact since we're down in the race. Seems fine. We should have plenty of time to play this 20-point anchor game. Michi going to make simple plays trying to come home. Waiting for a set. 4-3 needs to start making board points and get ready for contact because that's Herman's plan for winning this game. Four, 3 here. Oh, wow, he should volunteer in front there. That's kind of surprising me. I would think that we would just find a simple 13-6 type of play again. They're all very close, though. Yeah, or we can make points behind and things like that. That also seems fine. I would find something constructive of that nature, and I would not think to volunteer here. I don't see too much value of that. Very interesting. It's always a candidate in these mutual holding games, though, just to find some way to make the better board faster and prepare for that inevitable contact. 6-5 he wants to play down. So, yeah, Herman has that idea. He could even play down and cover the 3 instead, but this should be a good candidate, too. 5-4 is going to play in and cover a point. Very nice. 2-3. Yeah, I don't think he's under a ton of pressure to clean up the blot on the 7 yet, so I think he should make the 3 and probably play in somehow like that. Yeah, like that. Gonna hide it instead, though. 3-2. Okay, we don't have room to do it all. I guess we're gonna switch 4-2. And we're gonna volunteer here. Same idea with 2 blots behind. Okay, yeah, I would find 8-3 seems more reasonable. The 13-8 is tough for me. It doesn't, I guess it accomplishes a lot of flexibility for next roll, so well found by Michi. 4-2. Needs to make points somehow. I guess just 8-2 is a good way to do that. Six 4 can make another point as well. Safety up the blot on the midpoint. Beautiful shot from Michi. Things coming together well for him with the 21 pip lead. What is this? 5 what? 5-2. Makes a board point. 4-3 for Michi. Yeah, we're going to have to start burying checkers now. I don't think it's... to the 3 is a little bit better. Okay, same idea. I would have probably kept the spare there too. I think Herman should want to keep the pressure here and stay back on the 20 now that Michi has nothing else left to do. But he's going to release a little bit and come out to the bar, it looks like, is what he's thinking about. This is right somehow. I would have found 13-9 for sure, thinking that it just makes my opponent's rolls less comfortable, you know? I guess this prioritizes the 20 point not allowing double 6s to escape. But there double 4s goes. Could have blocked those instead, I guess. And he has good contact with the 4s still, so... I think still a playable game, even though he's down a lot in the race. Maybe not, though. Maybe the 5-away contact isn't quite enough, especially since a 6-4 can escape in addition to the sets. He doesn't get as many shots as a 6 that's blocked. So, yeah, we can see XG wants cube and to let this one go. Even at the score. Actually, the score is influencing it to be more of a pass. This would be takeable at a normal score, it looks like. But at 4 away, you should just let him get to 3 away instead of risking the 2 away. That's very interesting. Gammon's not really a part of it here. It's just some pure take point math, which is very difficult to do and memorize at these. Plenty of the players do it. I don't. I try to give you easier rules of thumb in my book. I talk about how you would do it. But, yeah, these are some complicated math. You can just look up on the cube information. But just seeing what's going on here, it's a clear indication to me that we have an elevated take point here, even for the trailer. Yeah, so the live cube the dead cube take point is all the way up to 30% for white here, even as the trailer. And so live cube drops down to 22, so but it's like a couple pips higher, you know? So we can see we have a pass at 76, where usually that would be closer to 78 or something like this, 78, 79 for money play. And that has everything to do with all the resulting scores. How valuable it is for Herman to get to 6 or 5 away, or sorry, 5 away. How valuable it is for Michi to get to 3 away versus 2 away. And each of these points aren't symmetrically valuable in a match, you know, where they're always worth the same thing in a money game. So it complicates the game quite a bit to have to figure all that out. And we are going to move on to 7 away, 3 away after the players take a short break. All right, here we go. Back at it, 7 away, 3 away. 2-6 to open for Michi. Five one is going to hit and reinforce from the 8, but a lot of players like to, especially at this trailing score, at least think about hitting on the ace too. Always tends to be a little bit better just to bring that extra material into the zone. So with the 6-5, we can hit twice because we have the 9th checker in the zone. 2 up is the better play for Michi. Interesting. I like his 13 to 8 as well. Trying not to provoke contact on the high points. 2 down and 2 up is pretty natural at the double sixes. Big advantage here. I think, okay, 4-2. One way or another, I don't know if he needs the, yeah, he needs the anchor here. Okay, he's just going to make that, and then Michi's not going to have much of a cube. Or sorry, Herman is not. I was already thinking ahead to how often cubes come after these double 6 openings. He's thinking about keeping deeper contact. Interesting, okay. It just is too good to freeze all these checkers and not let him prime you. So yeah, I think this seems like the play. 5-2. With the racing lead, it's going to be tempting to come off the 18 with something like this. I think it's too many shots, though, the double shots and everything. So just playing behind seems like the thing to me here. Wow, look how close that was, though. Okay. 6-3. Michi is down in the race, so linking up with the 11 seems like the wrong idea. I don't think we want to be attacked. I think we want to make the 5 point just like he did. And 6-3, no good way to escape the anchor, the midpoint here. So 6 behind probably and cover the 3. Looks good to me. Five, 2. We can start 2 points or 1 point. Yeah, I think maybe the distribution of this and flexibility is a little better. Okay, XG does actually like starting the 3 and the 2, but 3-1 can cover and volunteer. Do we mind doing that? We're ahead in the race, so I don't think we really want to after these early 6s. I think Michi would take that opportunity to hit, but common theme here to just volunteer instead of playing 2 in. Yeah, 8-4, not bad. But this safe alternative is totally fine. 3s does not catch up all the way in the race. I think he's going to want to keep a lot of contact as a result. So I think we want to make the 3 point, and yeah, maybe slot the 2 looks good to me. Running out of time here. 2 in can be fine as well. 3-1. Just playing behind with that. Deploying a checker from the 6 point. 5-2 can go to the 3 and maybe cover the 2. Looks bad for distribution. Very unlikely to make the 4 after that play, but we're running out of time anyway, so I kind of feel okay with that. Playing to the ace. It's the pure play. It's the one most likely to make the 4 later and make all the points in order. But our opponent is stripped and might leave a shot next roll, so I really don't want to have 3 blots on board was my idea with making the 4-2. Well, he's thinking about volunteering a 1 here. I think volunteering is the wrong idea when your opponent's this inflexible. You give them something to do when they really just had nothing to do before. (6-2). What's going to go? We can safely release the 8. Going to be a heck of a time trying to bring home the 13 and the 18. And look at this, the race is equalized somehow here too. Yeah, double 3s, we talked that a little bit. But after the opening 6s, is barely ahead now. 5-3, sure, we're just going to clear the save point and wait for our friend to come to us. Not going to do it this time, so I think we'll just take both spares off the 6 point. I think it's better than switching, probably. Yeah, it's easy to underestimate how much better the 3 point is than the ace point in situations like this. 4s is going to be able to break a lot of contact, but he's not ahead that much in the race, so he doesn't mind keeping it. But yeah, up and down looks good here. I don't think there's going to be any other play. Looks most flexible, all these things. 4-2, nothing really for Herman to do with this still, so I think he's just going to be burying checkers, unfortunately. Now that he's started that last roll, I think he's stuck continuing that plan and just trying to play a race because Michi's structure is much better. 2-1, yeah, I like slotting some points here. Even though we got contacts coming up, I think now we'd still be happy to hit, even with the blots on the board, and we'll get a lot of rolls to be able to cover one of them. All these other options seem fine too. He's going to switch. Yeah, so sometimes bringing the point that we want to cover a little bit closer is a nice way to do this too. So in Michi's case, I actually don't mind switching 2 to ace, but I think it's better when we have the 8 instead of the 9, that's for sure. 6-4. What can this do? If it runs all the way to the 8, I guess it only leaves a deuce. There's no duplication there. No duplication no matter what. Do we need that anchor interaction? I guess the other play would be 13-3, but it just... Get more returns there. Yeah, maybe that's the idea. I don't know. These are so hard to figure out. Yeah, I guess are we more flexible after this one? Do we reduce shots? This must give some indirects like 6-3 and 5-4 as well, even with the Blotten board. It is more. I'm struggling to come up with a strong reason to pick between these. I guess we don't really want to put the checker on the 3. Maybe we don't gain enough flexibility. Maybe with the lead in the race, we do really just want to get away with breaking contact here. But Herman tends to find these. Good job from him. Okay, and 6-1 isn't particularly comfortable to play for Michi anyway. I think he should make the board point, probably, and play 9-2, since he can make that improvement. Though he can link up on the 9 point as well.
Can I order a burger?
Double 3s? This is going to get stuck. It can't clean up all the way. So I think it should just go as far as it can with those 12 pips, which is going to be 18-12 and then 13-10 twice, which at least stops the double 1s from hitting. And if he gets away with it, he's doing great. Ahead in the race. So the other play is to stay back and keep pressure on the blot, but with this race lead, I think he's going to find to keep going. Leaves more shots and doesn't get closer to racing like he wants to. It just fits everything, kind of. It's just very in line with the game plan. Michi needs a 3. Can't find it. And I think that could be enough for... Well, I guess actually... Yeah, he gets to make the perfect board. So the contact's not there, but the race is better than it looks with all the wastage. So we're right on the cusp of a cube, but nothing too strong to miss there. And we know that Herman likes to wait till he has a pretty cashable position to send it. I think Michi should just break and play for the race here instead of destroying his board. Contact not that good anymore. 6-5 is going to gain quite a bit in the race. 17 pips could be enough now. 5-4. That was quick, David.
Yeah, I was defeated by Joey.
Okay.
Defeated by his son the round before.
Okay.
It's just not my day.
Oh, wow. He misses a cube with 8 pips there. Okay. Five, 3 is going to come in, and I think maybe we'll be ready to claim now. Should be an easy pass for Michi. And on we go to 6-away, 3-way. All right, 6-1 is going to make the bar point. And 4s is going to make the advanced anchor in the 9. Standard with the 4s when you can make that play mostly. There are some exceptions, but that's the usual play. And our opponent has an anchor, so we need one. So I'm thinking 2 up here. Sure, some sort of split. I guess there's some 4 duplication. Okay, reasonable there. What's up, Jeff? Fearless tournament director. Oops. Yeah, provoking on the higher point is just Michi's going to be very happy to unstack is kind of the only problem with it, but he avoids being pointed on as a result. 4-2 is a nice improvement anyway. I see a 4 up for Herman. Very nice for him. And 5-3. Yeah, okay, we can I guess we could just make the board point. But this must be fine too. 5-3 can come down and cover. And this is exactly what the kind of game a leader wants to play. Simple, boring, mutual holding game. No gammons in this. How does Michi improve on this? I think giving up the 9 is the thing to go here now. Makes a board point too. Interesting. You can keep a blocking point and prevent 4s from running for one roll, but he might not be able to clean up so easily. He might get inflexible very fast. So I think the flexibility of clearing the 9 feels very good to me. Plus it covers. No blots on board, all these things. And 6s is going to run. I think all the way to the 8, but these always get confused whether we want to keep the 14 and 13. The distribution sure does look weird to put 6 checkers on the 8, right? But I guess distribution is not the priority. It's just being close to home and being able to clear from the rear. 16 pips ahead is unlikely to generate a cube next roll. And 11 is plenty for Michi to stay in this one for a while. Yeah, I think we have to play too deep to not just give up the midpoint here. But Michi wants to stay on it. Double 5s, okay, that'll decide the game. Huge racing lead, no contact left. Cube coming next roll. 25 pips. Oh, unless Michi gains up all that race right back. Can he afford to stay back? I don't think the contact's actually helping him, and he can play more pure if he comes out with both and then slots the 5. So I think he should just do that and play a close race. Only down 5 pips after the roll. Did have it sounds like a pip counting error in the last match we watched with him, so maybe he'll take a little bit extra time here as we get deep into the tournament weekend. Mistakes can happen for sure. Herman needs to orient himself to the pip count. Reasonable to send it, given that he's not going to get a lot of recubes, but he can also wait here. Not a lot of threat of market loss. 3 in for sure, and then where's the last one? I don't see anything better for distribution. So even with his pip lead, he's got some distribution issues that Michi doesn't, which is going to keep him alive. But 15 pips, probably too much. I think we probably have a double pass coming here. We'll see if it's enough for Herman, though. Definitely technically according to XG, and I think 85% he's usually sending around here, too. So I think he'll find this. There it comes. And another easy pass for Michi. And a clean game from both of them. Perfectly played. Five-way, three-way. We're getting into those end match scores that we've studied so well if you read my book and everything like that. I think Michi's 5-point match book he was saying is coming out next February or something. So that's on the way too. It'll be interesting to see what he has to add to the conversation there. We can consolidate blots, make the 11 and 24. Oh, he's going to think about splitting and slotting. This is interesting. It's very close, but I guess when we can just make an asset, I wouldn't have thought about it. So good on him to even check for it. 2-1 gets to make the 5-point. Beautiful follow-up for Herman. And 4-2. 4-point is not bad. Not as good, but not bad. And 5-3 builds another point too. Okay. Double 2s. What does this wants to do? Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of options other than blocking the bar points. 2s gets to make the Kieran point. Beautiful shot for Herman. And 6-3. Oops. This is finally going to have to split now that our opponent has an advanced anchor. Chooses to run all the way. Probably reasonable there too. 6-4 hits the long way. And 6-3. That fans, and so Herman's got to figure out if he wants to cube this or not. He's going to. Probably getting close to too good. Should be an easy pass for Michi. We have seen him take deep in some spots here. And he lets it go, and we'll move on to the next game. Andy, if you're listening, I'm having battery issues out here. Send Paul to the rescue, please. 6-2 is going to split. And 6-4 gets to hit. Okay. 4 away, 3 away. This is one of the most aggressive opening cubes kind of situation. But Michi makes the anchor, which is going to keep that off for a long time, reduce the gammon threats. Great shot for him. Maybe just linking up outside is better than hitting here. Yeah, we already have the racing lead. Less checkers back. Let's just play a simple racing game. Hey, Jeb. I could use a hand, actually. For some reason, the battery or the charger is not picking up. 3-1 makes a point. Okay. Oh, that did it. That did not do it. Yeah, now it's good.
Is it battery low?
It was getting low, yeah. Actually, I think is it plugged in now? It's hard to tell. Sorry. Thanks, Jeb. I think we're good now. Just got moved. Oh, you moved it to the other one?
Wiggled it, yeah. I wiggled it first, but not until you said it worked.
Yeah, yeah.
Again.
Ooh, this is a tricky double sixes. He's going to be way ahead in the race, so just wants to break contact. Is it worth leaving the shot by making the bar point? Maybe not. He's just going to make the 2 instead. Okay, I like that. And probably has reasonable cubes coming up here now for threat of clearing. Michi has a take for plenty of time here. Yeah, strong double, strong take, but as we've seen, he's going to wait till he gets into a more decisive position instead. That's how he tends to treat the cube. Does Michi want the goalkeeper here? I think he needs to play for a little bit more wins, but it's risking a lot of gammons at the score, so tricky one for sure. 5 in for a new cover. 6-5 is just going to have to, yeah, play to the 2. Looking for a safe ride home. 3-1 can cover. 5-4 can play to the 4 point. Okay. Now just looking for that set to come the rest of the way home. 3 what? 3-2. Okay. And what has he got here? Double aces. He should get rid of the goalkeeper here now for sure. Oh, I put in double 2s. Very nice roll. Reducing contact and threatening some gammons now. And so the cube's going to get even more clear here, I do believe. Let's see if Herman is ready to send it. Michi's board's still intact. Less gammons here too, I think. Yeah, so still a take, but very strong cube. 5-4. Is it time to volunteer against this? Maybe not. Probably just dumb checkers behind or get rid of the 8. Yeah, okay. And 5-4. Michi keeps his position nice and flexible. 3-2, no set, so I think we're just bearing to the ace. Oh, yeah, okay. So when we give up the 4 point here, though, we have too many 4s and 3s that don't play anywhere. So it tends to leave a lot, like, causes real problems with the 6 point and leaving shots from there. So you have to be careful about taking all our checkers off those points. This is not enough pips to get back in the race. So Michi's going to have to find some way to stay back as far as he can, which giving up the midpoint seems like a piece of it. Is that best? Yeah, I think so. 6-4, okay, gets to only leave an indirect now by playing to the 3. And 4-1 doesn't hit it. And so now all our contacts resolved. Cube's going to come. Going to be an easy pass. Oh, he's going to play on from here. Okay. Yeah, there aren't really gammons, so not really much reason to keep going through this game. 6-5 is going to cover and play in. Okay. And we'll see if he's ready to claim it, because, I mean, there are disasters here, right? You can still lose this if you roll a 6-1 or a 6-3. But he's ready to cube now. Pass incoming from Michi, and we're going to be at 3-way, 3-way. Oh, hi, Madison. Hi, Armando. Hi, Gary. Hi, Alex. Hi, Mary Ann. After this match, we'll take a break until 4 p.m. for those true finals of the tournament. We might have something stream in between, but I don't think so. I think it's kind of cutting it too close to like count on the match finishing up in time. We'll see, though.
Yeah.
5-3 makes a point to start. Three-way, an interesting score. A little bit elevated take point for both players, so you have to get a little more aggressive cubes than usual, but only like a couple percent or a pip or two different. 2-1 looks like it's going to want to split, I guess. I don't think we really want to play down to the 11 when our opponent's got this 24-23 split. Too many fly shots that hit us out there. So yeah, 24-21 looks like a nice play to me. Not too big of a difference here, though. Just little theory stuff. 4-1's probably going to want a double hit now. We'll see if Michi can follow up on this blitz. Nope, Herman's going to send that checker back. Enter both. And Michi on the back foot with 3 checkers back now. 3-6 fans, wow. Worst roll in Minnesota. Aces. Oh, he's going to miss a cube here at three-way too. These are tough to spot, I guess. Oops. Yeah, we'll see if he actually does this, but I want to go back and look at the cube. Yeah, so not a typical money cube, very close, but good enough at the score. And the aces definitely wants to make the 5, and then I was thinking about the switch as well to keep the blitz going. Seems strong, but of course it's going to be tempting to consolidate our priming structure and play 8-7 is going to look very nice as well. I don't think we need to think too much about the anchor yet, but it looks like he's going to find the best play here. Two 6 is going to fan again, and now we're probably close to 2 good, so I think maybe Herman's going to think about sending this one. And we're going to have an easy pass from Michi again. And on to 3-away, 2-way we will go, where Michi will be the one having to find really aggressive opening cubes now. One 6. Oh, 6-1. Okay. Herman gonna start with the opening here, so should be a little bit before Michi has a cube here with that opening advantage. See if he can keep it. 3s is a great progress roll. Maybe making the anchor is pretty important at this score, but we sure would like to fill in something like the 4 and the 3 or the 5 and the 3. Yeah, playing offense seems very strong here. Maybe we can't pass that up. But sure enough, at this score, we have to do something a little bit different and make the anchor and forget about all these extra gammons. I think at normal scores, we would want to make 2 board points. This is a little bit of a gammon save position. Yeah, after we step up, it's hard to pick which the best two 3s are as well. 5 point is the best point, but then we have the opportunity to unstack as well. Yeah, this should be a strong play as well. Just not what's indicated at the score. 6 out, 5 down. Okay. And Michi seriously on the back foot already. The 5 is going to continue that and hit. And I think the 6 needs to split now. We can play down and just try to blitz for the match instead. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine too. And yeah, an undoubled gammon is the clearest path to a victory. We'll see if Herman adjusts the score that way, because usually he likes to send 2 good cubes, but I expect that's going to be different when he's leading the match like this and knows that 2 points win the match for him. 4-6 links up or can continue the attack. Maybe there's no reason to let him make the anchor. I think we should just hit loose here and make our own anchor. Oh, connecting's very good. As the leader, we can't do it, though. Yeah, this is another one where normal scores that would be stronger. But the gammon value and all these kinds of things just change when we're 2 away. And so we need to make a solid play and try to claim the win instead with the cube. But yeah, having seen him play offensively with the double 3s, I expect he's still going to choose this kind of regular score play. And it's a good one still. It's not far off. And I guess in theory, Michi should be happy that he's doing that, but it makes it feel awful scary that you might just lose a gammon for the match as a result instead, you know? Uncomfortable position for Michi for sure. Making the 23 is a pretty big improvement and should save a lot of gammons, even win a couple games, but yeah. Still Herman in the driver's seat here. 2-1, can't really do anything with the back checkers all that well. Oh, we actually had a cube here already, interesting. Yeah, I guess the gammons are reduced so much and the wins are so high that we can claim here. 2-1 probably just cleans up, though we do have to be thinking about how we're going to address the midpoint and stuff like that. Oh wow, it's a good time to go for 13 to 10 before our opponent actually has a board. I like that. 5-4 is going to cover and start another point, I do believe. And yeah, so we have cubes coming here now. Not quite too good enough with 13 pips there. What was this? This was 5-1. Makes the 6 prime. So now we can be too good. Now there's no real chance of anything. 4-3 comes around the bend, okay. And 6-5 is going to hit and cover one of them. Oh, it doesn't have to hit. Wow, is that better to leave this 6 somehow? What is the goal of not hitting? I don't really understand that. Because there's 2 blots available to be picked up when he hits a 3, I guess, and then he can still come after the other one out there later. Maybe it does lose more gammons that way. I don't know. That's a weird one for me, though. It seems like we might as well buy time, but maybe he's also in big risk of like not having the timing for his 23-point game and crashing if he hits, and kind of needs his opponent to progress around the board. So Michi's looking at exactly that, knows he's playing to the 2-point and just has to decide whether it's worthwhile to hit or not. All right, so he is going to go ahead and go with the no-hit. Nice find, Michi. Ones can't hit back. We just saw that Michi doesn't want to hit anyway, so maybe it's kind of fine to leave the blot on the 18 there, pestering and playing 10 to 6. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't know the last play was right. I'm not sure why we want to reinforce the 7, though. It seems a little strange to me. 5-1 is going to reduce shots, try to get to home, slot the next point. See if we can dodge an ace, and he does successfully, so I guess the 5-3 can go now, since Michi should be able to clean up just basically always. Maybe the 5 should come in and the 3 should step forward. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. Or we can just leave the blot there again, yeah. There's not really any risk. And the 7 to 4 is nice for distribution. Didn't think of it that way, yeah, okay. Double 5s. Bunch of checkers buried now. Only one, I guess. So this can hold. And now Herman's ready to cube this. Okay. A little bit too good. Not a lot of gammons with how much he's moved. Yeah. And on we go to Crawford. Ottaway Crawford, so the gammon's not going to matter too much. If Michi should win this game, then he's going to need to win one more game either way, either on a 2 cube when he automatically doubles, or, you know, if he wins a gammon here, it's just 1 point automatically. So that's why the Ottaways don't really reward gammons at all. And Michi's on his way to take a small break, and we'll be back with a conclusion shortly. See if he can survive that Crawford game. bracelets that win matches, I think. Said it's the bracelets that win matches, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it's a long weekend of backgammon. Oh, cool. Thank you. Here we go. Crawford game. $4-1 to open. Michi wins the opening roll. And yeah, DMP we can just slot now. That's the one exception to the 4-1. 1-6 can't hit, but it can make the bar point. 4-3 gets to cover both. Yeah, 9 and 5. Very nice shot for Michi. Would love to split as well, but yeah, a little more important to make all this structure. Herman hops one past. Great shot for him in this position. Small racing lead. Michi needs to find a way to contain that last checker now. 6-1 will help start that. We'll switch to the 7 point, and we'll have good builders involved to extend the prime further. 1-6 is going to stop that idea, though, and hit loose, and Herman halfway home to a winning race. 5-3 hits back, though. I think he'll give up the midpoint to do this. Don't have to fear gammons at DMP. 4-1 is going to enter high and hit loose, or hit on in the outfield. Now Herman has outfield control, too. So not going well for Michi so far, despite his very strong structure. Ace-4, I think he'll get to hit again, at least. But we have to put that dreaded third checker on the 24, the illegal third checker. 1-6 is going to enter, and I think we can keep the diversification and play 13-7. Not many fly shots out there, just the 6-3 it looks like, yeah. 1-6. Michi needs some way to get off of the 24, but maybe it's more important to make the 3 point here. That's tough. The 6 isn't great. Yeah, the next roll is going to be really awkward, so it is tempting to play something like 23 and 16. But yeah, understandable why we'd just build the board instead. 6-2. Can't do anything with the back checker. So I think he should just spread out in the outfield however he wants to. Maybe he can take them both off the midpoint. Maybe he needs to play safe and play 13-11, 12-6. Could be a lot of fly shots. Just need to come through. Well, this is a way to do it too. Can play 12-10. For 6. Well, the 6 has to come out, and then I think the 4 is going to split too. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. I guess we could go. Maybe it's better to stay on the deeper point instead and play 24-14. I didn't see that at first. I was just starting with 22-16, but both these should be fine. Well, he wants to think about pointing on or attacking, taking the tempo hit. Yeah, okay. There's some reason to this, but I think the prime value that he's got against his single checker back is just worth too much to do this. And it's a nice being in the outfield is a nice distraction play when Herman's so likely to make a board point here. So it just seems like a great opportunity to run one and keep the position flowing. Having 4 behind structure with no outfield presence is very difficult too. So now he's going to look at the difference between the two 6s out. He's on the right path. Can't really make a mistake between those two. Yeah, we're not in pointing range of the builder on the 10 when we come out 20-14. We don't have the double shot in the outfield. Seems like it should be a lot better, but I guess it's more connected as part of it. And we slot a better anchor, so lots of ways it can go right. I don't know. Interesting. Very close. Also interesting that despite this really strong structure, Herman is still a small favorite, just having escaped the checkers with all these back here in the racing lead. Okay. Michi ultimately going to come out 22-16. Herman might be questioning whether the position is legal or not. I don't know. 4-3 can play 2 down, I think is best. It sure is nice to step up with the 3 as well. I think there's too many shots. Maybe this is why when he runs with the 3, Michi has very good contact with the 10. So I think we just have to play 2 down here, yeah. I think it's going to be way too many shots to step up with the 3 after we hit loose here, too. Yeah, it's just a nice piece of structure to have there. And 4 checkers behind this structure, too. 4s are duplicated with the anchoring numbers, too. So, yeah, I mean, 6 blots feels a little too rich here, too, against a better board. Looking for something. He tends to find the right checker play. And 4-6 is the wrong kind of 4, not going to be able to hit. I think he wants to pop out with the 6 again and find that mobility. But he's going to think about the tempo again. It is getting a little bit more desperate here. So very reasonable either way. Just tends to win more when we just kind of move around, you know. So I think there's another DMP-ish play. No, it should still be best at normal score too. Yeah, same dilemma as last time where he has to really work through this. Figure out how big of a liability it is to let his opponent have his full roll. But I think the strategic idea too stays pretty strong here, that just having 4 checkers behind all this structure is too much. All right. Can't avoid taking the tempo against 14 in the zone. I understand. 3-6 is going to fan, and now Michi's on the front foot for sure. 6-1. It's going to cover, and I think, is it better to, yeah, making the 20 seems good. Splitting would be really nice too for mobility. Oh, 6-5. Why? 20. Wow, making the anchor is actually a sizable mistake, kind of regardless. Okay, interesting. You get a fan. Mobility is key here. 4-1 gets to hit, and then our ace could see the light 23-22, or could spread out 6-5 and focus on attacking should our opponent enter somewhere. Both look very strong. Fives can't enter. And 5-4 can get 1 checker out and 1 out to the edge. Very nice shot. 21-16 and 24-20 looks like the only play. He wants to bring a builder around, focus on the closeout now, and feels like he has enough flexibility to go for that. Interesting. Another fanning roll. And double 4s is going to have enough room to move. And can make the 2-point. Okay, very nice shot for Michi. 4-6 enters 1. And so Michi looking for a 5 or a 3 to hit loose. Doesn't get it. Doesn't want to let him have that anchor. Should the 2 leave the 4-5 and clean up? Or, oh, just going to break right away. Go for mobility. Okay. 4-2. Would have thought it was valuable to have that point, but mobility worth more. What is coming along with the deuce? I guess at a DMP game, maybe we just have to hit and try to buy the tempo here. Yeah. We're going to lose more gammons for sure, but we win some more games. Probably worth it at normal score, too. See if Herman can find this bold game and get back in. It still has almost 40% winning chances. That's pretty surprising here. Feels very scary to be against a 4-point board like this. This is a whiff of a roll, so I think he can enter deep and link up 14-9. It's the best he can do with it, but a lot of initiative for Herman to improve his situation here now. Well, what was better than that? Entering high and just cleaning up 9 to 6. Okay. 5-1 can hit and cover. Beautiful shot. I guess he's gonna... Oh, he could point on head that way too. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't just hit outside instead. Two, 4. This can clean up another blot. Should be important here. What does Herman follow up with? He gets to make the 5.2. Wow, now he has a 5 prime with 2 checkers behind it, and Michi is out of time and likely to crash. Huge favorite in this game. 1 checker not at the edge either. The ace is very big for Michi, and he's got a volunteer with it, but he'll do that in a heartbeat. And a 5 makes things easy for Herman. Okay. Two, 4 is going to start burying checkers. Last spare. Next one's going to start cracking. Michi in a lot of trouble here. Looking like Herman's going to be the one to advance in the Consolation here. Not sure the best way to link up here. I guess I don't see... I guess why not make the 10 and play 7 to 6? I want to find something safe, though. I don't see any reason to leave shots with the 6. We don't have to contain from there. Whatever that looks like. We're not worried about winning a gammon or anything like that. I do like this 10 to 4, 6 to 5, just to focus on if a 6 does run, you know, we're ready to close the board at least. This seems like a containment play, which might win more gammons when he leaves usually, but we only need to win the game here. 4s is going to crash. Very unfortunate for Michi. Aces could have been closing a 6 prime. So I think maybe 7 to 5 and 10 to 8 is nice here. He wants to block. He's blocking double 6s now. Wants to get on 6-5 instead. Yeah, I think we should leave that where it is. I don't think we want to be hit on 6-4 and 6-6. Hello, Alan. One gets up to the edge and doesn't have to give away another point yet. 3-4. I don't think we want to shuffle checkers inside. Maybe it's worth just playing 10 to 7 and giving up the 6-5 now. Ah, better. Okay. Just don't really want the blot to deal with behind right now, and it's going to make it harder when it comes up to make the 22, so uncertain about this one. Still no running 6, preserves his 3-point board. Michi would take a running 6 now. 6-1 would have to make the ace point to avoid breaking the 14. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. Better to keep him in order, ideally. Okay, he is going to make the ace. Close candidate. Maybe even right on a different level. Who knows? 3-8 spends the last spare. And what is 2's going to do? It's going to make progress towards home, I do believe. Oh, he can leave the one out there to still contain when his opponent runs with 6s, though. Okay, I like that. I was thinking they should move as a pair to the 10 at first. And, of course, that's the kind of natural play to play with doubles for Herman. Ace is going to break another point. No help for Michi. 6-4 is going to clear from the rear. Michi's still looking for a 6 to preserve any chances in this game. And instead just further crunching his board, setting up speed board situation. 6-3 can clear from the rear again. Beautiful shot for Herman. 3-2 still can't escape. 5-2 clears safely and is ready for bear off. 3-1 still can't escape. Can't get past the 3 prime, Michi here. 6-5 is going to take 2 off. And nearly 99% favorite to close this match out. And again, Michi can't escape the 3 prime. Really unfortunate. 6-2, no shot. Clears safely. 6 is the hardest point to clear there, so shot value has gone down considerably now. 4-1 finally gets to run a little bit. And it's going to be tough for Michi to win this, even if he hits a shot with the 2-point board and all the checkers buried on the ace. Okay. Another big step in the right direction for Herman. 5-3 is just going to work its way around. 0.1% chance. There's still a small hope. Coming from the rear, I guess, yeah, I don't know which one to do there. That's funny. 5-3 is going to run another one instead of burying deep. And looking for an ace. No ace, that's going to clear. That's going to be ball game. Michi's going to happily resign from there. All right. That's going to wrap up this match. Herman's going to advance to the semifinals of Consolation. Michi will be in the last chance, potentially. Chooses to play that. And we'll be back in a little over an hour with the finals of the main event between Ben Friesen and Michael Niagu. It should be a good one. So stick with us, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in so far. Yeah, we'll be back with more soon. After I eat some lobster, I think. Later.
Later.
Yeah, everything's good. Just looking for a player.